kubanga nga bwe tulinda bakaba baffe abagenyi tandika omukolo guno. Samba partner baffe.
Neyanziza nnyo okumpa akakisa kano. Basebo ne bannyabo mwasuze mutya. Nze Ssentola Sam nkola ne Stanbic Bank. Omulimu gwenkola ngaba insimbi eyetaaga ssente mu Stanbic abasinga batuukira ku nze. Amagoba go twayongedde ne tugassaamu ne gakkira ddala. Nammwe abakyala ku bitundu 15 musobola okuyitayo awo. Nammwe abambi ku bitundu 18 musobola okuyitayo. Kati oyagala ogwa tugamba mpaka ku myaka 5 milioni 25. Tewali kuba kifaananyi, tewali kusayininga nti sayininga ko wano nawali nabagalanta. Neyanzeege.
Ndoza embuuza y'ababanka mugirabye yaziraga njagala kubuuza ku bantu ayisizaawo akake neera siiza munenya asaamu webale babuulira obugambo obwo abo be partner baffe aba Stanbic Bank mwebale nnyo kujja era tulaba nti abagenyi baffe bonna webali n'abalala bakyajja n'abakyali eyo bannaye tuyingire ffenna tutuule tulabe nti tutandikira wamu tweyanzizza nnyo. Omugenyi waffe omukulu atuuse. Nja kusaba bakama bange aba Sopgco board n'aba Kopgt board mujje tumwanirize tulabe nti tumuyingiza mu kifo kino bwe baba bayingira abagenyi baffe abalimi era nga ffe abakyazizza bonna abaze olwaleero tujja basaba tuyisitukeko tulabe nti tumuyingiza mu kitiibwa. Tweyanziza DJ. Mugani waffe omukolo engeri gyatuuse era omukolo guba gutandikirawo. Tutandike n'oluyimba lw'eggwanga ku East African Anthem kitiibwa kya Buganda naye tujja kufunayo essaala tutandike. DJ tuyambeko awo nga nange bwe nnyimba kantereza eddoboozi. O Uganda, may God uphold thee, we lay our future in thy hand. United free, fully, but together we'll all stand. East African anthem wekawe kaliao walikayisizao. Tukuvedane de yoyona nene gwanga Uganda lyamanyira nnyo eggwanga lya afo kwetu Lawrence zonna twesimye nnyo olwa Buganda yaffe ekitiibwa kya Buganda kyafa dda naffe tukikuumenga. Tweyanziza nnyo, nja kusaba nga tetunnatuula nfuneyo bakulembeze baffe mu ddiini Father neshe nja kujja mutuweeyo ku ssaala tunatandika mukolo guno.
Mukama Katonda Taata tukwebaza olw'olunaku luno lw'otuwadde n'olusobozesa okujja mu kifo kino nga tuzze ku mukolo ogwe sako yaffe egenda okusibwa nga efuka era nga yeegatta cooperative. Tukusaba ebigendererwa byonna ebinaatuyamba okwetumbula ffe ffennyini, okutumbula ekitundu kyaffe, okutumbula ebyenfuna byaffe n'eggwanga lyaffe byonna, otusobozesa otusindikira mwoyo atuwa amaanyi, obulamu n'obusobozi byonna tubituse mu nkola.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. twebaza Allah oyo mutonzi nanyini tenda atusoboseza okutuleeta wano ffenna omukolo guno wetuzeeko mu kifo kyaffe kino ekyekalanga. Bwadde busobozi bwa Mukama ffe omutonzi okutuleeta ffenna, tumwebaza ate tumusaba akulembera emikolo gyonna egigenda okutambula olwaleero, abe mukumi waffe, puroguramu zaffe zitambule bulungi, Kalangala egende mu maaso, n'ekibiina puroguramu etuleese wano olwaleero, abatuuze b'e Kalangala n'eggwanga lyonna, puroguramu zonna zitambule, nga maliriza ngamba for God and my country. Amin.
Tweyanzizza nnyo tukakkaneko, mwebale kujja. Nyongera okwaniriza chairperson Sopgco Kopgt, general secretary, nyongera okubaaniriza era nga nyambye nnyo nti ku program nga bwetwetegeka tujja gitambuza bwe tuti. Eyaleero tegenda kuwanvuwa nnyo kuba ekituleese tukimanyi, ate ng'ebisinga ng'abalimi era n'abakulembeze baffe ebisinga twabyogeddeko eggulo. So olwayo program tugenda gitambuza mu ngeri ya kikwasaganya mu ngeri ya kizungu nti ekiriko kyetugenderako. Tujja kusooka n'okutwaniriza. We shall begin with welcome remarks by the chairperson Kopgt. Then we shall have the presentation of the handover report by the general manager Kopgt. Right after that, we shall have the speech by the chairperson Sopgco. Then we shall have speeches from the COW, the RDC, and other invited guests. And then a speech from His Excellency Ambassador Philip Idro, speech by the chief guest, the handover ceremony itself, and whatever as the program will be guiding us. Then the chairperson will be the one to dissolve this. So I hope many of us have got this program. Kansule ka program tukafunye ketugenda okugoberera nga bwe nagambye nti olwaleero tugenda genda mu ngeri ya kwanguwamukko tulabe nti program tugimaliriza mu bwangu. So nja kusaba ko MC oyite chairperson Kopgt Mr. Chancho Diamond aje atuwe the welcome remarks.
Neyanziza ko MC entebe gyompadde nene naye njajjuwa general manager naye kubajjukizaako nti ku mikutu kwetuli ogwa YouTube link twagitaddeyo kwetuli Zoom etandika badde bagisetinze essaawa 6 kweyina okutandika naye ku YouTube kwetuli osobola tugoberera ne bw'oba toli wano. Obuyinza obuyita chairperson siyinza kuba nabwo naye general manager ndaba akyali busy kambukwate secretary.
Thank you, Master of Ceremonies. I welcome you all in my capacity as the General Secretary to this colorful ceremony. And I take this opportunity to invite our beloved chairperson, Kopgt, to make his opening remarks.
Thank you very much, Secretary. Our chief guest for the function of today, Ambassador Idru, RDC, COW, all the religious leaders, all the distinguished invited guests, my fellow farmers, ladies and gentlemen. I think yesterday we have agreed that even my farmers, they know English, so I think it will not be a mistake to use English. Let me get consensus from my farmer leaders. Should we use only English or we mix with Luganda? Huh? What should we do? We mix. I don't know whether General speak Luganda. Oh, good. Yeah, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, today is a very important day in the life history of this organization of Kopgt together with Sese Oil Palm Growers Cooperative Society. Before I go far, I request all members of the board of Kopgt present to stand up, and then you introduce yourself to the guests of honor. We begin with the secretary.
So, as you are aware, I am by the name Zumbareva Jack Wikirif, and I am the General Secretary, Karangara Oil Palm Growers Trust. And I represent farmers on the Kopgt board. When I reached there, they nominated me to head the Human Resource Committee up today. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'm Chizito Henry, representing NGOs on the board and the chairperson of finance.
Katerega Charles, I represent Kalangala local government on the board.
Naganda Jenny Francis, I represent farmers on the board. I am a member on 2 committees, Finance Committee and Production, Marketing and Research Committee.
Thank you, Chair. My name is Obo Henry Okumu. I'm a senior state attorney in Means of Justice and Constitutional Affairs. I'm a member of the board. I represent the Solicitor General on the board.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm Alex Loakwa. I'm Commissioner Crop Production Department in the Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries, and I represent the ministry at the board.
Thank you very much, the board members who are available, who are around. We have some of the board members who are not around. We have Mr. Kasenge Lawrence that come from the Ministry of Finance, Planning and Economic Development. I know he might be on the way. Then we have the project manager NOP, that is Lakonya Roshan. I expect her also to be on her way coming. Then I expect Sishimpe today. I'm not seeing him around. I don't know why he's not here by now. Pass and introduce yourself. Come here and introduce. The board are introducing themselves. Introduce yourself also.
Thank you, Chairperson. My name is Sekile Emmanuel. I'm a member of the board. My Kopgt. I'm the chairman, investment committee, and I'm a member of the Human Resource Committee, as well as the Finance Committee, and the Research, Production and Marketing. You are welcome, all of you.
Thank you, Mr. Chichimpe. We have another board member who is supposed to be with us here. That is Dr. Damulira. I don't know whether he's on the way. Oh, Damulira, sorry. Damulira is outside the country. Who else have I forgotten? I think we have, that is the board members of Kopgt. So the chief guests are General Afande Saleh. I'm really delighted that today we are going to have this program. So these are the team I've been moving with. And this board here had some committee. I hope you have been hearing the people are talking of the committee. Here, or among us, we have the chairman, Central Pricing Committee. Is the person who make you get that money that you are getting. But you have ever, I don't think whether you have ever appreciated him. So can he introduce himself?
Yeah, thank you very much. Protocol observed. Anguzu Richard Erima are my names. I have the privilege to chair 2 committees regarding the oil palm industry. That is the National Pricing Committee, and then also the Services Cost Panel. So I chair the 2 committees. And so far, I think we have tried to move from where we started. We are not very old. The price we started this year, that is January. And then the Services Cost Panel, we started in July last year. So you can see we are just trying to make 1 year. But I want to say it is a very challenging and interesting committee. The 2 committees are both interesting and challenging. But I'm impressed we are handling it together with your support. I'm also privileged to be here with members of my committee, especially for Services Cost Panel. Some of them are here. May I request my members of the Services Cost Panel to stand up for recognition? Yes, the ones present here in the Services Cost Panel with whom we do the work of the Services Cost Panel together. The National Pricing Committee is comprised of a very large spectrum of members from finance, from Ministry of Trade, from the farmers. We have representation as well. And so far, I think we are trying our level best to see that things move well. I want to thank you for this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The Chairman, Central Pricing Committee and Services Cost Panel. Ladies and gentlemen, KPGT has other committees. You know, we are very rich in terms of committees. That's why we are doing work very perfectly. So we have other committees like the Finance Committee, and the chairman is here. You can also tell your members who are those ones in Finance Committee. And then the Human Resource, you tell the guest of honor general is there watching you. What are the members of your Finance Committee? So big of your Human Resource. So can you tell general your committee?
Thank you, Chair. Members of the committee, I think they can stand up for recognition. Mr. Rule, yeah, Mr. Rule. Then I think other members are not yet around. Members from Ministry of Finance, they are members to the Finance Committee, and the members from National Oil Palm Program. Thank you, Chair.
Yeah, thank you, Chair. As I told you, I chair the Human Resource Committee. I'm not alone. Incidentally, I can see only one member, who is Mr. Rurete Chimpi. He's a member on my committee. And another member is Madame Susan Laconyero, the project manager. So we are 3.
Once again, thank you. I'm Sechimpilwe Emmanuel. I'm the chairperson, Investment Committee. My members are Mr. Jackson Baguma. He's there. Madame Naomi Sanyu is there. Mr. Jack Wycliffe Mbareba is here. The chairperson of the board sits on all our committees, so he's my member. Can you stand up, Chair? And then the general manager also sits on that. At times we Kopgt and we invite other members like the finance, so they sit on our chair. Thank you.
I'm very sorry. When I was introducing my members, I forgot that we have our secretary for the committee, who is the general manager. Could you stand up for recognition? That is he's the one who takes our minutes.
Thank you very much. I think other members, like the production, marketing, and research or chairperson, I think Damolira is not around. So, ladies and gentlemen, those are the team that I'm working with. Some are here, some are not here, some are still on the way. So, as time goes on, you'll be able to see them, because today is a very important function, as I told you earlier, that we are going to hand over some tasks, not all the tasks, some tasks from KOPGT to cooperative society. I think we have all been waiting for this. I hope you, the farmer leaders, you should be more happier than me. You have been waiting for this for over 6 years. Today is going to happen. Who sang a song that Sigwalero? Sang. Who sang that song? So it is really very important. Now these board members of KOPGT, they came from, as you have heard, for us, the farmers, we had 3 representation. 3 members were representing you. That is me, Ms. Ambaleba, and then Jenny Francis. We have the members who come from NGO Forum, over NGO civil society organization. That is Mr. Kizito and Chichimpi. Then we have members from Kalangala District Local Government. We have one, that is Mr. Kateriga. He has already introduced himself to you. We have one members also who come from NARO, National Agricultural Research Institute, in where's that place? Kawanda. They are from Kawanda, where all the researches of agriculture is done. Then we also have one member. That one from research station is Dr. Damolira. Is Doctor, very well knowledgeable person. Then we have from the Ministry of Agriculture. He has already introduced himself. He's there, the commissioner, Luakuba, is at the level of commissioner. So, Alex Luakuba. Then we have a senior officer from the Ministry of Finance. I think is the one in charge of agriculture in the Ministry of Finance. That is Lauren Kasenge. Then we have from NOP the project manager. That is Laponiero. So you can see the combination of KOPGT is full of big men, very strong, very knowledgeable. So I hope as we hand over, the kind of work that these people have done, the one I've done, what I've read for you their name, I'm really very, very proud of the work that they've done. You remember when we came in the office, you remember what was there? A lot of embezzlement took place. There's a lot, even farmers also who stole the money they were there, they got the loan and they did not plan. We have over 4 billion, almost non-performing loan. And other money which is embezzled by some of those staff of KOPGT and the staff of NOP. No, by then was VODP. So we tried to manage all that. That's why you, the farmer leader, you are very proud today by saying that we have finished the loan. You wouldn't have finished the loan. I want you to ask the counterpart. My DPO, Mr. Baguma, is there. And Mr. Badilonda, he has moved away. Those who are on the outgrowers, the outgrowers, they planted before you. But because their loan was mismanaged, the money was coming from VODP and going direct to Opul. Do you know what is there? DPO is there. He will tell you. Is being demanded 200 million on 10 acres. He will pay and leave to his children will pay, and even the grandchildren will pay. The loan will never get over. So you should really appreciate so much this board. They work seriously to make sure that you finish the loan that you are proud of. Today you are getting full pay for those who finish the loan, and just because of the effort of this board. They did a lot to make sure that you, the farmers, you stay comfortable. Do you know why? They were working for the farmers. As the objective of KOPGT states that the KOPGT is supposed to give long-term services to the farmers. Long-term, reliable services to the farmers. So that is what this board have been doing. And farmers, you are not seeing them because they were at the apex and doing a lot for you. They were doing a lot for you, and you should be happy. Today we are going to do what we call it handover of tasks and responsibility to the cooperative society. What are we going to hand over? We are going to hand over the staff, all the staff that were in KOPGT. We are going to hand them over to you in cooperative society. We are going to hand over the assets, which is in KOPGT, for you to use. We are not handing over this asset to cooperative society to own it as the what? To become theirs. We have no power to hand over government asset permanently. We are handing it over for use, as also the KOPGT, the government handed over this asset for use. Any of the vehicle or what that gets spoiled must go back to the ministry. What we are not going to use will go back to the ministry. You see those red number plate that you see is actually the government property. So it's not our own property. We are only using it. Then when it is spoiled or when it is required, we take it back. So tomorrow when the government come to take some of this truck and what, don't say that, why are you taking our vehicle? Already among these vehicles, there are some which are grounded, that we don't need them here. You remember we had a bus which is grounded somewhere. That one we shall push it back to the ministry for auctioning. So that is what we are going to do. We are going to earn for you this asset for use, not for ownership. You will use it, but use it very well. Because the government is something very good. The government has given us this vehicle free of charge. We don't put any coin there. But whatever we get from there become our income. You are given something free of charge, then now you earn income from it. Wanna do? Where will you get that? Even your child, you may not do that. But the government has done it for you. I expect a new team of KOPGT board to come in. Sorry, you'll forgive me because I was still on the list of what to hand over. I've talked of the staff. I've talked of the assets. Then the money, the account. The account, we are going to hand over the account, but you are not going to use the account of KOPGT. You are going to open up the account which is similar to that one of KOPGT. So that what in English they call it, those of account, those of freight, they call it mirror, that to mirror the account. But for us, we know mirror is this one where you see yourself in Laviruamu. But this one they are saying to mirror the account. So I think we are going to do that. We are going to open up the account which is similar to that, so that the fund from there can now come for you to manage the staff. The cooperative society, you are coming to manage this project. I hope you have seen the quality of the board of KPGT. That quality, even if you don't have it, so you should behave similar to that quality. Are you getting me? You hear commissioner, doctor, those kind of quality. So you must make sure that the staff that we are giving you, you should manage them very well. We have been managing the staff. Yesterday I was not happy here. When we are looking for a way of sustaining this organization, and some people were talking like a villagers who has never seen money. And yet these are rich people. So you don't know that you are rich. Somebody will tomorrow come and you are sitting on your gold, somebody will come and kick you off. Then will take off the gold that you have. You are not what you were some 10 years ago. So even the talking must change. You don't need to talk far. You know, when you have money, you should have calculated what? Sesanga. Some of these people, they still talk like a villagers who has never seen money. I've heard them yesterday here. So you must change. You are going to manage the staff. I don't want to hear that you pick, again, quarrel, you pick enmity with the staff that you are managing. That one means that you have lowered yourself even below the person that you are serving. You are a director here. You are not a servant. So don't lower yourself to the level of servant. All of you who are seated there, don't lower yourself to the level of the servant where you are the director. Begin talking sense, not talking nonsense like yesterday. I think that one should stop. Yesterday should not be or added. So, what you are going to do, you and the new board of KPGT, because KPGT will remain having board, and they will share the staff, this staff here that you see, all the staff who are in KPGT, they are all moving to cooperative society together with our council, and all those who are in any contract in KPGT, they are all moving to cooperative society. So I want to hear mature talks, not the one of yesterday here. Yes, so that one we should learn. And you know, the bylaw of Oil Palm Growers Cooperative Society is very clear. If you don't grow, there is provision of chasing you away. So we shall revoke that section, and those farmers who doesn't want to grow will be fired from Oil Palm Growers Cooperative Society, so that we remain with people who can make this organization develop. Remember, His Excellency, when he was here at Chibanga on 26th of May last year, he said he wants to see you growing to the level of Madivani. Most of you, do you know Madivani? Have you ever heard of Madivani? Ladu, have you ever heard of Madivani? You know the wealth that Madivani has.
Yes, Chair, I've heard
so
of it.
That is the level where His Excellency wants us to reach. So that level we cannot reach with people who are myopic, people who does not see beyond their nose. You'll never reach there. So we want to move with people who are who can see far, but not people who are very myopic, and they don't accept. I expect you, the Oil Palm Growers Cooperative Society, to do better than what we have done. We came when almost the foundation was not there. Massive embezzlement, no audit for 12 years. There was a mess. Oh, everything. Now we have brought it to the level where you should take off. Now when you are taking off, you are going to take off because all the bylaws, all the whatever is there. The policies are there. So ladies and gentlemen, these are the few remarks. I would now want to invite the council to give presentation as far as the trust deed are concerned, as far as the MOU is concerned, so that we know that we are doing something within the law. So Council, can you come up and do the presentation? So when you finish, you bring back the microphone to the chairman, because chairman is the one who is controlling this meeting. Then I invite another person. Thank you very much.
Our chief guest, General Salim Saleh Kaleb Akangwanaho, represented here by His Excellency General Philip Idro and your team. I pray to adopt the protocol as suggested. We are privileged today to be here to witness the development of roles and responsibilities by the trust to cooperative. And I will briefly present as follows, that following the lapse of funding from IFAD for the oil palm development in Uganda, it was generally agreed that the oil palm project should be sustained by the farmers themselves. And this required the establishment of the farmers cooperative, which is registered as Oil Palm Growers Cooperative Society Limited, that is Sopgco. This was established in 2018, and the major role. All right, thank you. Sorry about that. I can briefly start the presentation. Yes, we'll get you copies as we proceed. Yeah, the establishment of the producer cooperative society was an initiative under the guidance of IFAD and the Ministry of Agriculture to ensure that the oil palm business is sustained following the lapse of funding from IFAD. And this cooperative society was established in 2018. And after this process, the board of the trust proceeded to amend its trust deed in order to make provision for the representation of the cooperative on the trust board of trustees. Now, following this process, a memorandum of understanding was executed between the board of cooperative and the board of Karanga Oil Palm Growers Trust. And this was outline and make clear the responsibilities that we are going to be. Sorry about that. Basically, on the 20th of April, 2023, following the amendment of the trust deed, a memorandum of understanding was executed between the board of the cooperative and the board of the trust to clearly outline the roles and responsibilities that we are going to be handed over by the trust to the cooperative. And I'm glad, Chief Guest and distinguished ladies and gentlemen, to inform you that all these documents were presented in the relevant organs for registration and approval. And therefore, the process that we are witnessing today is in compliance with the legal provisions that govern both the cooperative and the trust. And I would like to extend a vote of thanks to the legal team from the Ministry of Justice and the Office of the Attorney General, the program manager of the National Oil Palm Program, that is NOP, and the Ministry of Agriculture for the support that was provided to the board of the Karanga Oil Palm Growers Trust and the board of Sese Oil Growers Cooperative Society Limited, which enabled this process to be accomplished. And I would like to end by thanking you and to assure you that the process that we are witnessing today is legally viable, and that the cooperative will now take responsibility for the management of the oil palm development in Uganda. And this will be sustained as will be seen in the programs and the handover processes. So I beg to thank you and to reassure you that all is well as far as the law is concerned. Thank you very much, our chief guest and ladies and gentlemen.
Very much, Council. Can I now, or the chief guest, can you allow me to invite the staff, most especially the general manager, to come and give you a presentation. After general manager, Fred, finance and administrative manager, get ready.
Thank you very much, Chairperson, our chief guest, General Salim Saleh, Your Excellency, Bwana Idru, I salute you. RDC, my cow, all protocol observed. Ambalironda David Mukasa Salongo. I'm the one who wrote this project in 1991. And I wrote the first design of this project. Other designs have been built on my first design. And I have been at every level of implementation of this project. I'm the architecture. I'm the dictionary of this project. If you want to know the one who started this project, the one who is the dictionary, the encyclopedia of this project, you can look at me. And I've written similar projects like this one. I wrote a project for Congo around the Chibali area. I've completed a draft for Western Uganda. I've written a project for Masaka, a similar project like this one. I wrote the project for Aquaparks. The DPO can tell you. This one at Mwena. I'm the architecture. Even the consultant who was employed by the ministry, I was training him here during the weekend. That consultant, commissioner, you engaged to handle this aquapark. I was training him every weekend here. So I'm not a simple man like people think. I'm the architecture of so many things in this project, except the theft, which the chairman has talked about. And I don't associate myself with the thefts. Although I've been blackmailed for that, of course, because of so many people who want my job. But they can take it. But I'm an international person because I've been lecturing in the Institute of Development Studies in London. Every September I was going to London to lecture. It is only COVID that caused the problems. So because after COVID, we started the Zoom. So I missed the dollars. Let me take this opportunity to invite my subject matter specialist, on field operations to take us through. I would have done it, but I'm a bit indisposed. I cannot speak very well. I have a hoarse voice. Thank you very much for listening to me, and you are most welcome.
Thank you, GM. I'm called Frank Tujaikayo. I'm the Field Operations Manager of Kopgt, and now I'm going still to be the Field Operations Manager for the cooperative. I started with this project in 2006 with Opur. We used to stay in Opur by then. I'm one of the guys who worked on the lining. You see those straight lines in Opur. I'm one of the architects of that. From that time up to now, I'm still here. I'm glad the cooperative is also going to take me on as its technical person. In the last 17 years of existence in Karangara, my department I'm heading, we've managed to do the following achievements. We have so far planted 5,921 hectares of oil palm as outgrowers only. 5,921 hectares. Out of this, you know, we have outlying islands of Unyama and Bubembe, and the Bugara we have 4,890 hectares, and on the outlying islands we have 1,031 hectares, both on Unyama and Bubembe, and some other, and Bugara as well. We have 2,486 gardens registered in the department. We have farmers and then we have gardens. These are gardens. And out of these gardens, 1,525 are for male and 879 are for female. And 64 are for institutions. Institutions, I mean, we have groups of farmers who plant together. We have institutions like churches and schools, that category, that form institutions. Today, as we hand over to cooperatives, my department will be handing over 1,524 harvesting farmers. You remember, I said up there that you have 2,468 gardens. Those gardens are owned by 2,119 farmers. Out of 2,119 farmers, we have 1,524 farmers who are harvesting. And out of these farmers, 885, which is 58%. These are male, and 582, which is 38%, these are females. And the other institutions makes 4%. We are handing over 3,760 hectares under harvesting. These are gardens which are being harvested. 2,108 hectares harvested by male and 1,429 harvested by female farmers, and 150 hectares under institutions. We started harvesting, we started planting in 2006, and we started harvesting in 2010. From 2010 to date, we have so far registered in my department 434 million kilograms of FFB harvested. And when I was valuing it from the records, we have earned so far from 2010 to date from our harvests, we have 304 billion Ugandan shillings that we have earned from these harvests. You remember, government gave us 53 billion, but we have earned to date 304 billion. That's a big achievement, isn't it? Thanks be to government of Uganda. Farmers on average, they earn 6.2 million per acre per year. From my calculation, a farmer can earn 6.2 million from 1 acre. So this will tell you how many acres do I have, how much do I earn. So that is the joy and the developments and all the things we are seeing around. We are all celebrating in this 304 billion Ugandan shillings we've so far achieved. My department, I work with private trucks. These help us to transport fruits from farmers' gardens. I have 58 private trucks, and as the office of Kopgt, we have 3 active tractors plus 5 active trucks. These deliver FFB to the mill every month. And 1 truck and 1 tractor are grounded, which I don't know, Mr. Chairperson, if we shall come with it cooperative or not. The grounded trucks. Some are beyond repair. To the ministry. Thank you very much. You will also, in the department, we have what we work with lead farmers. Lead farmers help us to enter the harvests of the farmers into the system of SAP in the mobile phones, which is being delivered to the mill. We have a system, a cloud system. A trucker goes to the field, a farmer weighs in the field, we enter into the system is already by the, immediately the farmer enters in the system, the mill has the kilograms, and me in the office here also have the kilograms. So in that system, we do it with the lead farmers. As we hand over, you well know the bloodstream of this project depends on the fertilizer usage. Without fertilizer, no production. And as we go to cooperatives, this is going to be a very serious emphasis because this is business now. We need to know how much we put in, how much we expect. We are going to now into calculations. The president calls it chura. Everything we do now should depend on what you call chura. So as we enter the cooperative in my stores there, I have different types of fertilizer. One, I have NPK 2020, and I have 3,303 bags. Each bag is weighing 50 kilograms, and the fertilizer that is there is valued at 792,720,000 shillings. I have MOP is there in the store, and we have 6,000 bags. This is valued at 903 million shillings, 600,000. I also have Dormax. We are stocking in Dormax. We are going to stock 20,000 bags. Out of that, we have so far received 5,609 bags. The whole consignment will be costing us 1.4 billion, which we shall start with in the cooperative. I have NPK Brew. The first one we used to use the other time. I have a balance of 494 bags, which is valued at 24,700,000. We have tools, you know the tools we use in harvesting. I have 7 big harvesting pipes, valued at that much, 830,900. We have dove harvesting pipes, 85 of them. We have chisels, 180, and harvesting sickles, which are two. We've been operating, and we're still operating in 7 blocks, and these blocks have what we call units. And in the 7 blocks, we have 24 units, and on average, each unit is having 50 to 100 farmers. These units make a block, and the block has an average of 3 units. Each block has a technical field officer who is a graduate in agriculture or agribusiness. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been working alongside 7 field officers, 1 FFB inspector, 1 SAP off-roading assistant, all the drivers and 23 lead farmers. I would request, if these people are around, they can stand up for recognition. The field officers, please come forward. If there is any lead farmer, come forward for recognition. If there is a Carol FFP inspector, come forward here. The cameras are here. They are not behind you. Where? So, whoever is not here, that. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the team that I work with. The bigger team of drivers and already in action, they're in the field. The lead farmers are in the field, and we also have 58 private drivers of the trucks. All that is our big team we work with in the field. We thank you very much, and maybe you can introduce yourselves, and we'll go and sit. Thank you very much. Send to me.
Thank you so much, Field Operations Manager. My name is Moses Ladu, and I'm a field officer handling Kayunga Block.
Thank you so much. My name is Chigundu Joel. I'm a field officer for Bujumba, Karangala, and the Islands blocks.
Thank you so much. My name is Eunice Nakasi. I'm in charge of Better West.
Thanks for very much. I'm Tuanjigo Init, in charge of Kaburu Block.
My name is Nabukeda Caroline. I work as the FFB Quality Inspector.
Yeah, so thank you very much, Field Operation Manager. I now expect the finance manager. Where is finance manager? Come and make the presentation so that we finalize this part. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much, Chair. Our chief guest, Geno Salim Saleh, Geno Idru, are present. There are DC, Cow. Allow me to adopt the protocol. And distinguished ladies and gentlemen present, we welcome you to this handover process. My name is Sule Frederick. I'm the Finance and Administration Manager, COPGT, recruited in 2010 when we started harvesting. So I've managed your finances since then, from the time you started planting, through the processes of loans, repayments, recovery, payment to government of Uganda, but also managing the assets of the institution. I've been the steward and also an advisor to the board of trustees. Allow me briefly to take you through the finances. A lot has been said and will be in the main report, but allow me make these highlights on this function. One, I'll start with the loans, the purpose for which we developed the project and through the expansions. From government of Uganda and IFAD, we're so grateful for the support, and we've seen this support come in terms of input and cash. Through the VODP1, that's the first phase of the project, we received 5,564 million 54,300 shillings as cash, which you've been accessing in terms of maintenance through the VODP1. And also for the inputs, the fertilizer, remember we had the herbicides in the beginning, the overalls, and also the inputs. In VODP1, we had a total disbursement of 15 billion shillings, 953 million shillings, 943,028 shillings. So in total in VODP1, we're able to disperse a portfolio of 21 billion shillings, 517 million shillings, 997,328 shillings. So we went into the midterm reviews, remember? We went into VODP2. Remember the target for VODP1 was 3,500 hectares of plantation. But because people showed the interest there later, through the midterm review, the target was expanded. And the extension of the target meant that more farmers had to come on board. So we moved from the 3,500 hectares targeted then to 4,700. That's when now we're having the extensions on Bunyama and Bubembe coming in, providing a target of 800 hectares, and then an additional 400 hectares on the mainland. So in VODP2, cash disbursed to farmers was 4,766,000,000 shillings, 154,898. That is cash, the quarterly maintenance that we use to receive. And then for the inputs, fertilizer, and the tools, we had a total disbursement of 26 billion shillings, 863 million shillings, 890,591. So the total portfolio disbursed in VODP2 was 31 billion shillings, 630 million shillings, 45,489. So the total cash disbursements entire project, from the time we started the project in financial year 2005-2006 to December 2018, when the project closed, we had a total cash disbursement that you received in terms of cash advances for maintenance was 10 billion 330 million shillings, 209,198 shillings. Now for the inputs, that is the fertilizer and all these other, the herbicides, the tools that were advanced to you, had a total disbursement of 42 billion shillings for both VODP1 and VODP2. I'm now reading the figure. 42 billion shillings, 817 million, 833,619. So when you add the portfolio that the trustees were holding in trust for you, the farmers in Kalangala, the total loan portfolio was 53 billion, 148 million, 42,817. So that's the portfolio from government of Uganda. But remember, the offices were running. As we're dispersing, we're getting salaries. They're providing both cash disbursements for operations, but also we know that they've been providing a support in terms of vehicles, the office space that we see, as per the tripartite agreement. So from government of Uganda, for our operations as KOPGT, to the date of when we close shop for that funding, in VODP1, that is now the operational subsidy, the grant that the chairperson mentioned yesterday in the annual general meeting. In VODP1, we received a cash disbursement of 1,826,937,015 shillings. In VODP2, that is the second phase, which ended in December 2018, we received a cash disbursement of 8,288,171,558. So the total grant received to manage the portfolio of 53 that was disbursed to you farmers by government of Uganda was 10,115,000,000 108,573. So the total sum that came to Kalangala to do the establishment and development of the smallholder scheme that we're proud of today, the total disbursement of the portfolio of 53 billion shillings advanced to the farmers in terms of loans, which we're paying back, and then the grant that came from the government of Uganda was 63 billion 263 million 151,390. The total loan portfolio is 53 billion. When we add the 10 billion shillings, that was the operational subsidy, which is a grant for operations, total amount was 63 billion 263 million 151,390. Allow me proceed to now disaggregate also the figures further for the loan reflows. Because as you pay, we know that the tripartite agreement and the agreement that you sign, the financing agreement with Kopgt, the ones who are the trustees for these funds, was for you to remit the 33% recovered every month from your monthly FFB sales. Now this is how we're faring in returning the funds or repaying government of Uganda. The first disbursement or refund to government of Uganda was done on the 18th of Feb 2018. By then, the loan recovery account, where we keep and harbor those funds, we had an accumulated figure of 15 billion 306,770 1,708. Let me read it again. 15 billion 306,770,708. That was the first refund to the consolidated fund payment to government of Uganda for the loan advance to the farmers in Kalangala for oil palm development and expansion. The second disbursement or repayment to government of Uganda was done on the 12th of August 2019, where we refunded 9,807,321,283. We made a third repay or repayment to the consolidated fund on the 16th of October 2020 of 3,997,846,113. The last disbursement we've channeled to the consolidated fund as repayment to government of Uganda for the loan advanced for oil palm development was done on the 5th of January 2023, where we refunded a total amount of 22 billion shillings 834,800,000. So the total amount of loan that we've refunded to the consolidated fund for loan repayment is 51 billion shillings 941,738,104 shillings. Now the chairperson has raised an issue even through the AGM of the unaccounted for fertilizer that we could not trace to the farmer ledgers because we could not trace for the source documents. Fertilizer received in the stores, but when we did the reconciliation of the farmer ledgers and the stores, we found an amount of 1.18 billion shillings that could not be accounted for. So the unaccounted for fertilizer, as per the agreement signed, was an ineligible expenditure. We could not account for it, so we requested to refund it back. So it's a payment of a loan. So after receiving instruction to pay it straight to IFAD, and the bank was in the US, on the 28th of May 2022, after a board resolution was passed to refund these funds, a total amount of 1,558,213,205 was refunded to IFAD directly, now not through the consolidated fund. So the total amount that we've refunded in terms of loan repayment is 53,504,951,309. Through you, the chief guest, a summary has been read by the field operations manager of the status of the stores. So I'll request I do not repeat myself on this. So we know the status of how much stock we have in stores. Total bags of fertilizer, 15,404 assorted fertilizer. The figures were read for you for NPK 2020-18 series, MOP, fertilizer, dolomite, and NPK blue. Allow me also disclose to you this handover that we had tools in the stores, both pipes, harvesting pipes, chisels. We had 92 harvesting pipes, harvesting chisels 180, and sickles 2 in the stores. And the other figures still remain the same as read by the field operations manager. In my brief presentation, allow me also mention something about the asset base of the institution that has been afforded by government of Uganda, that has steered us in trying to give a service to the farmers of Kalangala to develop and participate meaningfully in the open project. And these are the assets that we have. We have land at Bugala, and we have the plot of land where we have the offices. We have land at Bunyama, 2 acres. We have land at Bubembe. We have an office building that has been afforded by government of Uganda where we sit and serve you, the farmers. We have the office building extension that now harbors the Sopgco that also serves you, the farmers. We have a fertilizer store. We call it the main fertilizer store just behind the main office building where we stock the fertilizer. And we've seen that through the history, we've had stockouts of fertilizer. You know the history here, how we lost fertilizer. We've been piling fertilizer in unfinished houses. Security was an issue. Possibly, those are some of the causes of the losses that we're now paying for, the 1.18 billion shillings. But government supported us in constructing the main fertilizer store that we have out there. We have other 2 fertilizer stores on the outlying islands of Bunyama and Bubembe. We have the 67 acres of land that were mentioned here or introduced to you by the chairperson, Kalaya. We also have 4 acres of land just here in Buea. When it comes to the fleet, we have 6 trucks. 1 is grounded just in front of the office. So the 5 functional dump trucks that were afforded by government of Uganda. Government, also through the processes of managing the portfolio and also the farmers outgrower smallholder scheme, afforded us a bus which broke down. We also have 3 double cabin pickups. Only 2 are functional now. 1 is in Masaka garage. We have been afforded also with tractors and trailers, a set of 5. And 1 tractor, just like my colleague, the field operations manager, disclosed to you that 1 is broken down. So we have 4 functional tractors currently. We have a fleet of 12 motorcycles that are used in the extension and administration purposes. We have sets of computers and accessories. We have 2 heavy-duty photocopier machines. 1 is new, 1 is old, and is non-functional. Set of furniture that we use and sit in an office. The details are going to be appended on the report for all these items. We have a solar system just above on the main building, and the equipment that helps us serve you, the farmers. So the government also afforded us a speedboat. We are aware it's at office, and an engine. So for it is complete. But we know within also our assets, we have 2 outboard engines, 1 that was serving in Bunyama, 1 in Bubembe. So those are also available. Allow me disclose the status of the accounts. through you, our chief guest, members present, the farmers. We've been running 13 bank accounts. So for the 13 bank accounts, we have two banks or banking institutions that we're working with. The Finance Trust Bank, we've been holding 5 bank accounts. We have the fertilizer account in Finance Trust Bank, and the balance of the funds on that account is 1,471,151,574. So these are the monthly deductions that we have so that we can continue procuring fertilizer and supplying it to you. We have the second account, which is a KOPGT sustainability account, still in Finance Trust Bank. It has a balance of 204 million shillings, 940,031 shillings. I'm reading the status of the accounts as close 31st March 2024. We have the third account in Finance Trust Bank, the KOPGT Excess FFP account, and the funds in there are 1,167,000,000 shillings. Now, these are the funds that like to know exactly where we are keeping that money. Have we been utilizing it? So those are funds that we hold, and the discussions were held yesterday on how best we can utilize those funds. So it's over 1 billion shillings that we've recovered for excess recovery on that account. KOPGT capital replacement account held in Finance Trust Bank, we have 337 million shillings, 769,465 shillings. The UDB account had a closing balance of 2,458,275. Now, those are the 5 bank accounts that we hold in Finance Trust Bank. I now move upwards to Stanbic Bank, Kalangala. We hold 8 bank accounts in Stanbic Bank. We have the capital replacement account still to provide flexibility of the farmers. So you'll see that some of these accounts seem to have the same names, but different banks. But it was your request to have those banks to create flexibility for whatever reasons you have. But remember, we implement your resolutions, not our ideas. So we have another capital replacement account held in Stanbic Bank, and it has a balance of 49 million shillings, 287,257 shillings. The transport account, the one that we use for evacuating your crop and managing the marketing elements and reduce post-harvest losses. Now, this account has a balance of 12,457,717. So you'll ask, why is it having very little money? These are function accounts. Every time we transport, we are paying. Most of your transporters here I can see, and this is the account that we pay from. So every time the turnover on that account is quite high. So that's why the balance is low, because we're closing off the month and we had paid most of the transporters. The collections account is what receives the FFB sales when we collectively market to Oil Palm Uganda Limited. So this collection account is a distribution account. When we collect that money, because it has obligations of transport, loan recovery, capital replacement, it's a distribution account in brief. So the collections account held in Stanbic Bank has a closing balance as at 31st March 2024 of 1,565,912,593 shillings. The operations account is an account that we use as a secretariat for salaries, transport, activities, sensitizations, and agronomic outreaches, that services that we render to you. This is the function account for the office. It has a balance of 158 million shillings, 909,935 shillings. The loan recovery account, this is where we keep money every time we recover 33% to pay back to government of Uganda. This is where we save the money, accumulate it, then remit it to the consolidated fund. As at 31st March 2024, we had a closing balance of 1,208,285 235,599. The figure seems to be low because we're doing a lot of refund for those ones who completed their loans. So a lot of repayments are being done on the account. We have the sixth account, fertilizer account, still held in Stanbic Bank, Kalangala. Total amount of 322,954,855. We have the loan account, which was advancing us, which we used to advance the maintenance fees, the quarterly maintenance of the farmers. So we still have that account in Stanbic Bank, and the closing balance is 4,404,162,000. The last account that we hold is the dividend account. Now for the dividend account, we have a total receipt from government of 50 billion.
So, finance manager, I think you're all on a bit. General is going for another meeting, so he's going to address us right now. So you all on a bit. When General finish, then later we'll continue. Thank you very much.
Akadde kano tugenda kuwulira obubaka okuva omugenyi omukulu General Salim Saleh era nga agenda kututukako obutereevu ku mutimbagano agatutukako ku Zoom. Kyemba mulaba nti ebimu tusoose ne tubiyimiriza kuba alina ebirala byalina okukwasaganya kwogera naffe.
Is it alive? Hello.
Afande, we cannot see you, sir.
You cannot see me?
No, but we can hear you, Afande. Yeah, now we can see you. Now we can
okay,
see you.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, people.
Good afternoon, sir.
I'm not looking at you.
But we can see you loud and clear, Afande.
Okay. Yes. So have you finished the topic? What are the resolutions that you have made?
Afande, yesterday we completed some resolutions, but let me get the secretary to read you the resolutions as agreed. If you just give me a minute, Afande.
Okay, read the resolutions.
I talk? Yeah. Your Excellency General, yesterday we had an AGM meeting, board meeting, whereby we informed all our delegate members that today we are having a function of handing over of co-PTT tasks and responsibilities to Sopco or Sese Oil Palm Growers Cooperative Society. And all the delegates welcomed the idea. And General, as we told you and invited you to be our chief guest, we are now here to do that function of handing over of those tasks to the cooperative society. So that was the main resolution as far as this today's event is concerned.
Very good. So, dear members, you all know the principles of a cooperative. Number one is voluntary and open membership, democratic member control, member economic participation, autonomy and independence, provision of education, training and information, cooperation among cooperatives, and the consent of the community. So I hope those 7 principles are being followed. Now, the problem of cooperatives, they have got certain diseases. Yes, the first one is the principal agent problem. The second one is high transaction costs. The third one is problems caused by ill-informed or absent property rights. The fourth one is the free rider problem. So I hope so, and the fifth one is the horizon problem. So if Sopgco can avoid those, I believe you will succeed at all levels. And as you know, the President has already directed that all resources, the dividends which were accumulated during the period of Kopgt should be transferred to the circle, and it shouldn't be for the infrastructure problem like others were suggesting. I hope that one has been registered. And as we discussed when we met, all of you must now rally around the so that it becomes the most effective cooperative organization in agriculture. So that is all I have to say. The principles you know of cooperatives, but be very careful about the diseases which cause the collapses of cooperatives. And I have a message for you from General Katumba. He greets you, but he's wondering why you did not invite him to attend today's function. So with those few words, I congratulate you on reaching this level of moving from a trust into a circle. When I'm through the situation I'm handling in the north, I will be able to visit you and we shall discuss that. Thank you very much.
Afande,
have I ended there?
Yes, we have heard you loud and clear, General. I think
yes.
There is going to be a vote of thanks for you. And there are also motorcycles here which we want you to see, which are going to be handed over in your names. It is motorcycles bought by the cooperatives, but have to be given out to the unit leaders. There are here 50 motorcycles, which they are showing you now. I hope you can see it, Afande.
Yes, yes, I can see.
Yes. So these are the motorcycles they are going.
Very good. And then my first advisor, Ambassador General, you can add in more words.
Afande, I'm here. Now that you have finished, I will add in the words accordingly, Afande. Thank you, sir.
Yes. Be careful about the risk of the cooperatives.
Yes, sir.
But be also aware of the diseases of cooperatives. What kills cooperatives?
We have down, Afande. We have noted them down.
Asante sana. Good luck.
Thank you, sir. But before you close,
you wave at me. I'm also waving at me.
Right.
Asante sana.
Thank you, Afande. Thank you. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Afande. Thank you very much for accepting to officiate this very important function. Afande, you have really made this function very colorful, and we are really very, very happy. We look forward to see the day when you will come to visit us here. We shall show you our happiness. So, Afande, I know you have a very busy person. All other functions now are going to take place, like handing over the dummy check and other, or the list of the staff and show the dummy check there, so that I find it. See, that is what the KPGT is now going to hand over. This dummy check I found it to take it down a bit, down. There. This dummy check is for the dividend. When you can see is 50,195,000,000, 50,195,000,000, which we are now going to hand it over to the cooperative society. Then other thing will follow now, like the list of staff, the list of assets, the account of KPGT, all that will follow, Afande. Thank you very much. We look forward to welcome you in Kalangala when you find time. Thank you very much, Afande. I think we can now go ahead with it. So can finance manager complete your presentation? Then now we go for the actual handover.
Okay,
Thank you
so much, Chair. Thank you so much, Geno, for the brief. Allow me, because I was at the tail end of my presentation, the dividend account and the amounts have been disclosed to us that are going to be passed on to the cooperative as a status. Allow me, as I close, to introduce the team that I work with. I do not toil alone to serve you. I work with a team, so please, the finance team.
Please, members, meeting, meeting tanaba kugwa, tushirike, tuulire, yani kate tugenda mu function, inkulu nyo. Tuena, Ambassador Mulamba, His Excellency is here. Tomo Kwalashi, Tomo Shankalanya, Mbera.
In total, we are 9 of us, and in finance we are gender sensitive. I believe it's evident. So I'll take this opportunity to, without following any order, give a second to each of them to introduce themselves, and they tell you what they do or their position. Thank you.
Good afternoon, guests. I'm Esther Nachintu. I'm the administrator.
Mbalamusiza nnyo bannange, erinnya Muleeto Frederick Mbabani, nze nkwasaganya emirimu gya Sopgco.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kionga Umal, Monitoring and Evaluation Officer.
Good afternoon. This is Anibisula, IT Data Officer.
Good afternoon, members. My name is John Senkungu. I work as a cost and management accountant.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Nachini Lydia, Senior Credit Officer in charge of our loans.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Juliana Naka, Accounts Assistant.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Linda Angom, Accounts Assistant.
Good afternoon. I'm Nakamanya Sarah, Revenue and Inventory Accountant in charge of stores.
Good afternoon, our dear farmers. My name is Katsabe Olive. I'm the Senior Financial Accountant.
So, Chair, through you to the Chief Guest, this is the team that we're moving with from the Finance Department, KOPGT, to the Finance Department, Sopgco. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Finance Manager. But what is happening, your report is not circulating. Even Ambassador doesn't have your report. I don't have your report here. The one of Field Operation Manager, I don't know whether you're giving the report to all of us. I think we have got the report from Council. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going in for the function. So I want all the board of KOPGT here, and I want the board of Sopgco. Jangu tu muje tushike mugwawan. Sopgco here, KOPGT here. How to tandike? So, Ambassador, I hope General might have gone now for another program, but we are going in for this official handover. So you are there to witness. Very good. So, Jim, you come up with all the documents that we require. File all those documents that we require. When we give it to you, you give it to, because you are not going to hold everything, it will throw you down. Yes, there are too many. Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, we beginning with the dummy check here. This dummy check is what we got it from Opal. These are in the dividend that we got from our 10% shares. So this time we are handing it over to the Sopgco. So can you do the needful? You greet me also. I'm the one handing over to you. Thank you very much. Followed by the file of the staff. This is a sample. All the file is there. If we bring it here, we shall not even see you. So these are the file or list of the staff that you are now taking over. So can you hand it over to? Yeah, thank you. Then the next thing, we are going for the list of what you have marked. So these are this one moving together with the file, all the staff which are here, each of them have file. So this one is accompanying that file that you're being given. So the next thing here in the list is the office equipment. All the computer, all whatever we are using in the office. So this is the one. I hope you are going to handle it very well. The next. These are the fleet that we have. We are handing it over to you, not you to ride it, but then for its purpose. Okay? So this is the list of the vehicle and the motorcycle. Next. The stores, all the wealth that Kopgt had is in that store. So I've told you there was embezzlement. I don't expect this to happen in your regime. So these are the fertilizer that they have red which in the store. I don't want even a single bag to get lost. So these are the land. We have acquired land. You know it very well. All the land that we have, all of it, they are all here. Some we are still processing the land title. So this is a very important well. I want it to be kept very well. So ladies and I think this is the function that we are supposed to do it right now. The board members of Sopgco and Kopgt, you can now go back and take your seat. I want to hear. Please, you first come and they get these photos. They get your face, how it look like. If you are not like Kizito right now, your photograph will be very funny. So you come and wait. Okay? Come together, come here. The taller one behind, the shorter one like vice in front. How you are making it?
General Manager, heading of the technical team, farmers, board members of Sopgco, all invited guests, protocol is observed. Our guest of honor today, it is a very, very big historical day for the farmers, and it is a very historical day for our gold palm oil at Kalangala district at large. Can you give a very big clap? Our guest of honor, before I move, let me request my body members to be around be around the bridge. What are you doing there? Come around. Okay. First and foremost, I will start with my treasurer, who is also the finance committee chairperson, Mr. Wile Lugorobi.
I'm William Lugorobi, member Islands Block, treasurer and chairperson, finance committee.
Mbakira Miriam Kwago, Kalangala Block representative, secretary, and finance.
Sanyu Naomi Catherine, women representative, works committee.
Manishimwe Wilson, representative from Bujumba Block. On this board, I even sit on disciplinary marketing and the research committee.
Pastor Paulo, Chikirida Better West.
My guest of honor, let him also call one of our financial arm for the Sopgco, the chairperson and the general and the manager of the circle. If you're around, please come here and introduce yourself for recognition.
Dear chief guest, I'm Wilson Mwereza, chairperson Sese Oil Palm Growers Circle, the farmers circle, the oil palm farmers circle.
My guest of honor, our guest of honor, I've been requested to use our local language, and it is good you speak also Luganda. So, with permission granted, let me translate to Vanachura. Omugenyi waffe omukulu, General Salim Sare, Ambassador Idro, n'abagenyi abalala bonna abakukunavu olw'okufunza ku speech, sijja kwongerako nnyo. Naye ssebo nzikiriza abalimi bano nokoleyo omuntu omu gwe njagala nkwanjulire, ye kaawo waffe akyali omujja. Abalimi abasinga mubadde temunnamulaba, Kaawo Semwogerere, yoyo kati ye kaawo waffe owa Kalangala district. Olunaku olwaleero nagambye lunaku lukulu nnyo. Abalimi tuli basanyufu nnyo. Ekintu wadde chairperson yagambye 6 years, naye nze bwe mbalirira 10 years kubanga twatandika nga Sopgco. Era ssebo omugenyi omukulu nzikiriza nokoleyo abantu bano mu ngeri ey'enjawulo era mbeebaze. Njagala okusaba ba members bonna aba trust abaasooka ba founder, mbasaba mujjeko wano for recognition. Those who are around, Mr. Danny Chikola is absent, but I would like to call those first members, please, like Mr. Martin Rugambwa, come here for recognition. I've seen also Madam Lydia Nachimera. Please, please, come in front. Come in front. Come in front. We are all our fruits of these people. Fetuli bibala byabano. Singa bano bakola bubi. Twandibadde tetwenyumiriza mu golodi ono gwe tulina. N'olwekyo abamu ssebo tebasobodde kubeerawo naye nga bano bo weebali bakola omulimo gwa ttendo basima omusingi. That's why we are smiling at Kalangala. You can go back and sit. Sebo mugenyi waffe omukulu nga mpita mu ggwe, njagala okusooka okwebaza ennyo era sebo n'oba ozeeyo otutuusiza obubaka bwaffe obuva ku ntobo y'abalimi ku bantu b'e Kalangala eri His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Tuhabulwa. Olw'ebyo byonna effort zonna z'akoze okulaba nga project yaffe e Kalangala ebeerawo ate ne obutaba even untouchable. Sebe ekyo kigambo kikulu nnyo. Njagala sebe okuyiteera mu ggwe nga neebaza ebitongole bino. Olugendo terubadde lwangu. Njagala okwebaza ennyo President wa Uganda ne gavumenti yaffe, IFAD, Ministry of Agriculture, outgoing Kopgt ebaddewo, General Manager. Mr. Balironda, soko yimirireko. Jangu maaso wano. Jajja w'ebinazi oyo. Kubanga sebo ye yakola ne right ya proposal eya project yeno. Akoze omulimo gwa ttendo wadde olumu obuliwokola obulungi okusomozebwa tikubulamu naye ebyo ffe tuyina moto ate oyo best yafu wange kubanga ye yali best man wange ku mbaga yange. N'olwekyo byenjogera mbimanyi ate sebo ambassador tukoze naye okumala ebbanga. I've been also civil servant retired nga nsavinze Kalangala era nze nakola ne right up Kalangala kwetambulira nga tufuna district. Sebo njagala okwebaza omuntu ataliiwo talina ffeni abusensia bwe tuyita jjajja w'ebinazi. We can't forget that big lady Kone Masaba. She did a very recommendable job in this project when we are starting. Era sebo tumwebaza in absentia. Kyomukyalo oyo gyali yonna omukama amwongere ebirungi ate project yaffe esigale ng'etambula. Mu ngeri y'emu njagala okwebaza outgoing board yonna ebadde eridingibwa our beloved chairperson Chancho Diamond. Olw'obumalirivu waliwo olumu we tubadde tutuuka abamu bammemba n'ogamba nti wano tunaatuukawo n'agamba apaana nze sitya zinyoka nina okutambula. Nze n'agamba ffe kintu ate lwaki mudde mabega tutuuse olutalo. Era nzijukira ssebo omukolo guno gwaliwo gwakubeerawo emabega naye ate abalala ng'abo bwe wawulidde honorable minister bwe yabadde ayogera agamba nti tetujja kukkiriza bafere kulinyirira project. Olutalo lwalwanibwa ne tutuuka ku ntikko and we can say congratulations. Can you clap? Engalo okujjawo nga muli ba mutima mwazira sewaka abagagga bakuba bwe bati kale. Sebo mukama wange nkimanyi nti oyina program endala. Ebigambo byandibadde bingi nnyo naye omugole ayogera bigambo bitonotono. Kansabe bannaddiini sijja bajjayo musana naye muyimirireeko omukulu abalabe officially. District cars abakungu abo bonna abakulu abo bebakadde baffe mu ddiini mutuule. Sebo njagala okudda eri abalimi baffe. Abalimi mbeebaza okukola, mwebale okukola, mwebale okulwana olutalo. Singa temubadde mmwe tetwandituuse wano kye tuli. N'olwekyo abalimi mbeebaza, mwebalire ddala. Era mugende mu maaso. Nga bwe wawulidde eggulo nga chairperson ayanjula enteekateeka zaffe zonna, mugenyi waffe omukulu njagala okukakasa nti pulaani zaffe ezo zonna tujja kuziimplementinga nga Mukama ye mukulembeze. And this will be one of the biggest cooperative mu Uganda. Lwaki Mukama wange njogedde bwe ntyo? Kalangala twali tetulina kye tulina. The good thing, this is your second time when you are coming at Kalangala. Naye ndowooza bw'oyanjuluza akatambi n'olaba waliwo wakyalira Kalangala bwe twali tufaanana, ate n'osumulula n'ekifaananyi kati kye tulina, olabira ddala nti eno program ekoledde ddala bulungi. Era Mukama wange omugenyi omukulu, singa project zonna mu Ministry of Agriculture nga zaali zikwatibwa mu ngeri efaanana bwetu, it is good the commissioner is around, ndowooza Uganda would have been very rich, twandibadde banene nnyo mu bugagga. Era nkiwa nti tewali projekiti yonna evuganya mu Ministry of Agriculture esinze kukola bulungi ng'eya palm oil. Mukama wange n'ebigambo ebyo abalimi mbasaba twongere okukuuma omutindo. Bwe tuba twagala ekinazi kigula siringi 2,000 plus and you will be smiling. Temusaagala kuwulira omulimi nti yanoze ekinazi ekito. Tunoke ebinazi ebyengedde. That is when we will get money. Sebo olw'obudde nzikiriza ntuuse n'okusiima okwenjawulo eri mukadde waffe ali honorable minister. Abalimi twali twagala nnyo ku olwo mu budde obwo tumuziike na kololo ow'ekitiibwa Kibirige Ssebunya the late. Mujjukirako ebintu bibiri, kubanga nze nnima emwanyi, nnima ebinazi. Y'omu scientist waffe yaintroducinga Colonel Coffee mu Uganda. Y'omu ne ku palm oil yakola omulimu gwa ttendo. Omukama amuwe ekiwummula eky'emirembe, amusaasire ebyamusobako ng'omuntu. N'ebigambo ebyo Mukama wange olw'obudde nzikiriza nkome ku ekyo, ate era onooba otuuse okutambula Mukama akutuuse bulungi ne ttiimu yo. Thank you for God and my country.
Wabale nnyo Vice Chairman, bintu egenda kukyuka kati. Project Manager no ajja kujja ayogeremo, olowooza Commissioner ogenda kubikolako nga ojja kuyita Kao, ate Kao ajja kuyita RDC, then our beloved RDC ajja kuyita Guest of Honor. Ayogere Ambassador, His Excellency Ambassador Idro, Philip Idro. Luvanyuma tujja kufuna farmer omu agenda kusiima oba agenda passing up word of thanks. Walimu ne bitonotono bino bya cake biki ejja kujja luvanyuma. So this juncture Commissioner, are you ready? Oh, good. Yeah, so that one is now currently the project manager of NOP.
Yeah.
So you can now go ahead.
Thank you, Program Moderator, the guest of honor, General Salim Saleh, Ambassador Philip Pedro, the Resident District Commissioner Kalangala, the Chief Administrative Officer Kalangala, the Chairman Board, Kopgt, all protocol observed. I'm standing here on behalf of the Oil Palm Project Coordinator, that is Madame Susan Lacanyero, who has requested me to pass this information to this gathering. I also want to inform you that I'm assigned as the economist to the project. So when I stand in for the project manager, it's not by accident, because I'm part of that project. The first place, she has really requested that I thank the farmers. The farmers are the reason why we are seated here. She has really said that because of the farmers, the project has been successful. And the loan, you remember, that was borrowed has been paid in the shortest possible time, which is not an ordinary thing in this country. So she has really requested that I pass these congratulatory remarks to the farmers, the leadership of the farmers, the stakeholders who have teamed up with the farmers to support them to do this. So thank you very much, farmers, the block leaders, the unit, and then the farmer leaders. Your efforts have been appreciated. I want to say NOP is one of the projects and the Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry, and Fisheries is implementing. It's one of them. There are others. But NOP has done some extraordinary achievements as compared to other projects. And because of that, you'll realize from the previous speakers, we started with VODP1, VODP2, NOP. In the process, we are learning a lot of things. And it is true that in this process, some mistakes here and there could have been made. But I think the most important thing is to say, thank you, God, for bringing us this far. That's, I think, the most important thing that we should look at. We have learned lessons, but it has brought us this far. Another important thing is she has really requested that we take this project as part and parcel of ourselves. Let's look at this project as what is going to take us through. I remember yesterday when Ambassador was speaking, he talked about 3 attributes, and the last one was about socio-economic transformation. And this is what this project is going to deliver us to. So she has requested that we handle this project very properly and with care, and ensure that really it takes us to the promised land. Another thing is she has really said that she's happy because of this function, because this function indicates that this organization is going to be there for a very long period of time, the sustainability element. And I'm very happy the board and the stakeholders have initiated many projects, especially the nursery project is a good one, because it's going to help our farmers get out of the challenges they have been getting in accessing seedlings. So this sustainability, and even handing over to Sopgco, is a sustainability strategy. And that's a very good one. She has really said she's happy about these things that are happening. So therefore, let us work together as a team and ensure that the project achieves its set objective. You will all remember that Kalangala is like our flagship. It's like our pilot. It's like our star baby for oil palm. And because of this success that we have registered, a number of regions, a number of sites are trying to embrace oil palm growing. And from yesterday's meeting, we did realize that a number of people already coming here to learn, which is very positive. And as KOPGT, as Sopgco, we must really ensure that this continues. Another thing that she has requested me to share with you is about the thinking of reviewing some of our laws that govern our operations. That there are a number of laws and agreements that are in place. The last, like the tripartite agreement, has stayed for some time. So she's of the view, I'm happy that we have our land friends around, the legal advisors here. Some of those laws have stayed for a while now. I think it's time we started thinking about making them relevant to our current situations, because they may not be that good for now. The other thing is she has requested me to inform you that, you know, this was a project, and one of the attributes of a project is that what? It must have a start and it must have an end. But what we are doing under oil palm industry is now not a project. It is now supposed to be something that should live forever and ever. Because a project can be for 4 years, for 5 years, and it will end. But we want this to continue beyond the project lifespan. The project will end, but the oil industry must continue. And she has also said that we are now in the process of rolling this good example to other areas. So as such, a lot of attention is going to be given to the new babies, is the new sites. But with this function that is happening, we are very confident that able to run. The ministry will be there to support you. And you're aware that in the handover, a number of things came from the ministry. And I want to assure you that in case there are still other things that are required, please don't fear to come to the ministry. The ministry will always be there to support you and give you what you need to make this project much, much better. And now, our target is to ensure that we are on the list of the top oil palm producing countries in the world. When you look at the scale, I tried one day, number 1 up to 10, we are not there. Yeah, ambassadors even say not even 20, not even 30. We are not even there. So, with these interventions, with Sopgco taking over, with other sites coming aboard, we hope we will move and be among those top countries producing oil palm in this world. And I remember yesterday there were concerns about pricing committee. I also want to take this opportunity to inform you that we are already thinking about reviewing some of the parameters of the for establishing prices. And I'm happy even when I scanned through the work plan for this year, there was an item of trying to make us all understand how this is arrived at. We'll take this up and we'll ensure that the formula that we use must be really good for our farmers, because we'll want to see that our farmers get the best out of their efforts. Otherwise, she has wished us all well in this function. And my commissioner for crop production, Alex, is here with me. I'm also here as a principal economist who chairs the 2 committees of the Services Cost Panel and the National Pricing Committee. We'll do our best to ensure that really we see the best for the oil palm industry in Kalangala and in this country. Otherwise, I want to thank you so much for this very important gathering and pray that we continue to move positively and in a better way after this function. Thank you so much. Over to you, Chair.
Please, the MC, hand over the microphone to Cow.
Thank you very much. Our chief guest, the General Salim Saleh, Ambassador Pedro, allow me to observe the protocol as observed earlier. My name is Semogere Frederick. I'm the Chief Administrative Officer for Kalangala in Sese Islands. I'm really privileged to be here today to witness this handover of a great project. I want to be brief, but I'll start by thanking this Kopgt for having managed this project to the success levels we are witnessing today. And I want to request Sopgco to never nyabo nasose jola Mogere Frederick kawe Kalangala. Kalangala na kamala guno mwezi gwa kuna kutandise. Naye Kalangala ansanyusiza era Kalangala tukoze emirimu tutambudde ne ku bizinga bingi tutuuseeyo. Era ndowooza naffe tujja kubeeyungako tutandike okulima ki? Okulima ebinazi. Ndi musanyufu olwaleero okubeerawo ku mukolo guno nga babadde baddukanya aba Kopgt abadde baddukanya project eno bagikwasa bannaffe aba Sopgco. Era nentegeeza nenebaza aba Kopgt okutambuza omulimu okutuusa olwaleero. Era nensaba bannaffe abayingidde mu office ekintu bakikwate bulungi, ekintu bakyongereyo ku level endala. Tetwagala kwekwasa, tetwagala bafuuke babyekwaso, kubanga we batandikidde ku musingi omunywevu. Era ne mbasaba bakole nnyo balabe nga abalimi bananyini kibiina baganyulwa nga bwe bateekeddwa okukola ki? Okuganyulwa. Era ne nsuubiza nti nange nja kufuuka omu ku balimi. Akati ku lwa district nga KAO ffe bulijjo tuli beetegefu okutambulira wamu nammwe. Ensonga yonna gye mwetaaga tubakwatireko, ffe twetegese, abakugu baffe we bali era beeteefuteefu okutambula nammwe. Bannaffe abapya aba Sopgco tulina olugero wano nti obuteebu butambuza amazzi ekiro nga gy'obeera gakola ki? Gawa musolo. Tibagana atambula emisana banaagajjako omusolo. Tubasaba bannammwe ababakwasiza ofiisi bakyaliwo, bwe musanga okusoomooza mubeebuuzeeko. N'abantu abalala ne ministry kubikole ki? Mubeebuuzeeko. Ekintu kyaffe kitambule nga kigenda mu maaso. N'obugambo obwo mwebale nnyo, mwebale ddala okumpuliriza ku lwa Katonda n'ensi yange, for God and my country. Bansabye nti bwe mmala okwogera mpite RDC. Nnyabo RDC nsaba okuyita ogyogereko eri abantu bano. Mwebale nnyo, mwebalire ddala.
Sebo omugenyi waffe omukulu ngenda kwogera Luganda. Wedde abantu batawana n'Olungereza nga tebuwulira Luganda. Ngenda kwogera Luganda kubanga n'omugenyi waffe omukulu Sebo General nsanyuse okukulaba, ate owekitiibwa Excellency Philip Idro mwanyinaze. Ate tubeera ffenna ejjinja twawula fensi. Yeah, Philip Idro. We are very close. We've been together for some time. Kao mpya ow'olugave Sebo Mwambalilonda n'alifukamidde naye ebitiibwa byendimu kati tebinzikiriza. Naye ng'omwoyo ogufukamidde. Beegasi bannaffe mwenna, nze nga Nnaalongo ndi musiimu. Omanyi buli lwe ndaba obwegasi ndaba obwegassi gye bwatujja ne gye bwatutambuza ne kye tuliko. Naye njagala okusooka okusiima His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, Ssebo Generali at His Excellency, otuuse okusiima kwange nga nze sinatuusa nti tuli basiimu nnyo ng'abeekalangala. Era kati abeekalangala be bagambanga bubu, mugamba temutawaana genda walala, mugyekalangala mulabe, kubanga mukyerimira ne bakiprosesinga ne mulira wano ebyammwe nabirabye ku musitoowa nga weebiri. Temutawaana kugenda kulya butwa, buli kimu kiri kalangala. Lwaki temwekubirako mu ngalo? Njagala okusiima board etambuza ekintu kino okukituusa olwaleero ne mukiwa abeegassi nga kirimu ssente. Omulimu gw'omukoze gwa ttendo. Pulezidenti waffe gwe twagala ennyo Mwai Museveni, kiki kyatakoze kalangala? Mumbuulireko nti ku nkomerero omusasula kye mwagala. Bw'obeera gwe nga gw'osuumirira naye ng'omwana bw'omuwa emmere ate amala n'akola atya? Abeekalangala muswaleko. Pulezidenti abawadde byonna. Yabawa ettaka kwe mulimidde ebinazi, n'awaayo ebibira bye ne mubitema, n'aleeta ensigo, n'aleeta abantu abali wali amopuulu. Ebintu byammwe birina akatale temutambulako yadde n'olu, sente zibasanga ku masimu. Tewali projekiti Mwai Museveni gy'akozeeko mu Uganda ng'eno eyaffe. Waliwo endala? No. Ab'emwanyi batawaana. Akatale kagoze kati naye mu akatale ne kagwa esente zammwe we ziri. Ab'emwanyi tebakifunye. Tumukubireko mu ngalo. Obwegassi bulungi nnyo. Obwegassi nabukuliramu luli nabagamba. Era bwe bwanfuula kyendi. Ate ne mbukoleramu. Bampa ekifo kubanga taata wange was the first chairperson mu bwegassi e Busoga 1952. Nenva mu gavumenti ne ngenda okukola mu cooperative. Obwegassi bulungi. Babawadde ebintu ebyo. Naye obwegassi bugwa. Naye mufune ekyokulabirako relief okuva ku bano bannammwe. Esente ezo babadde bazaagala naye tebaziridde. Babakwasiza ekintu nga kirungi. Mukigume ekintu ekyo nga kirungi. Naye kasa tulina DCO waffe mbadde mubuuza ninga ndebe obateeseteese bulungi nankakasa nti abateeseteese. Tuleme kwonoona mutindo ogwa cooperative. President Museveni gwagezaako okuzza obujja. Kuba tewali muntu akulaakulana nga tebeegasse. Tekiriiwo. Toyinza kulaakulana ng'oli omu. So tukuume omutindo ogw'obwegassi. Mubaamu ebirumira naye ng'abeegassi tudda wamu. Obwegassi butuyamba ebintu bingi. Kuba bwe kibeera ddala nti obwegassi obw'ekimmemmette n'abaana bammwe babeera baana bammwe mwenna. Owoolinga bw'alaba owoolinga atusiddwako ekizibu bubeera buvunaanyizibwa bwe. Obwegassi obudde bwe bwali waffe twakula nga tetumanyi bataate, nze nali simanyi taata wange na maama wange. Kuba abeegassi bonna baalinga bataata baffe era bamaama baffe. Kisobola okuddawo abaana baffe ne batambula nga batambula bulungi. Bw'olaba omwana wa muno nga bamukutte bamukolako ekikyamu oba oli ofeeyo nti oyo mwana wange. Nawe omuzadde ate toyomba nti mwana wange oli agamba naamujjanjaba. Obwegassi buyingira ddala mu nnyumba eya buli mwegassi. Twagala kalangala ekyuse. Embeera mbi. Abaana tebali mu masomero. abaana bali mu maka gammwe mwe abeegasi. Lulikawo wange omupya yagamba alambuli wabeera banange mutwale abaana mu masomero, kati kituuse nti babatadde mulago obwegasi bukola mulimo ki era butambula butya. Tebukoma kulima binazi kyokka, n'embeera endala yonna eyingirawo. Nze n'okukkiriza nti you are going to recruit more bannammwe abalala bayingirewo bwe kinaaba kisobose. Nenjagala okusiima Ministry ya Agriculture eyimiriddewo nnyo olwakalangala mu binazi. Nnyo mwebale nnyo, mwebalire ddala ku lwa Mwai Museveni. Ate n'agamba ani? Buli kimu bwe kiri. Naye ku luno bwe mungira ku luno wendi. Tugenda kusula ebweru ffenna tusasule Mwai Museveni kyateekwa okusasulwa mu bulungi insha Allah wa ta'ala. Maliriza nga mbaagaliza okutambula obulungi. Manya waffe tulina abasoga bagamba simanyi oba Uganda naye sigenda kulutuusa bulungi kuba siri Muganda ate siri musoga. Nti omutamivu awuliramu kimu nti enkya tunaagunywawa. Naye jjo nawulidde wano oba Chairman yayogedde nti ekiseera kya boodi kiweddeko kiri kumpi. Naye ekyeyo ekipya kyera bulungi nnyo bw'oyisaawo bw'oti kyera bulungi naye tekituuka mu makoona. I am not campaigning for anybody but for continuity mutegere ntwagala ekyeyo ekyera wano ne kikoma ne mu makoona. Mwena mbaagala nnyo tugenda kutambulira wamu. Mukama abankuumire. Bangambye okuyita omugenyi omukulu Sebo Generali ate Excellency nsaba okkirize ojja oyogereko y'abantu bo. Yangu.
Mr. Chairman, we should have at least danced in happiness today. So now when I start this and everybody sits, I can only ask that before we leave here, we must dance. Thank you. So, Bwana Chairman, the new team of cooperatives, if I may, our RDC, big officials from the ministries, I want to thank you very, very much on behalf of General Saleh, who spoke to you today. He even called me and sent me a message, which I will relay to you. But the main thing he told me before I speak is that everybody should know. He knows these 50 billion shillings should remain with the cooperatives. It should not go anywhere because it is your money. And that is your hard-earned money. And if there is any problem, he has tasked me to make sure that we solve that problem. That is the first thing he told me. And I want you to know this. The second thing he said is that he's very, very happy with what has gone on. But in as much as he's very happy, he says normally when people get money, it makes sometimes a few people drunk. Because it is the money which buys the beer anyway. So it is not the beer which makes you drunk, it is the money. So people get drunk, but in different ways. They end up by quarreling with their wives, they quarrel with their friends, they quarrel in the office. So he asked me to find out whether this is something that is going on. And to say that we cannot suffer from this is to tell ourselves lies. Because today, very many big companies have collapsed. Even Kilembe is not working. Do you people know Kilembe mines? It has all the minerals. In 1960, it was 30% of Uganda's exports. But it is now sick. So he asked me to remind you, there are many diseases that come to kill successful companies. And he wants to make sure that you are aware of these diseases. And if there is a problem, OWC is a very good doctor. And therefore he is available to find solutions to treat these diseases. And we should not keep quiet. We should make loud noise. That Nina Musujja, oba emutwe enuma, oba, eh? So please, because this is a very, very good project. It is one of the best projects in Uganda. So we must look after it very jealously. We must guide it every second. Have you seen the escorts of the president? Eh? So we are going to be your escorts to protect you from disease. And there are many types of disease. But because the success is from you, from government, from IFAD, the three of you who have worked together, we must protect all of you so that government does not quarrel with you. You don't quarrel amongst yourselves. IFAD does not quarrel with you. Because we value this. Now, you also are aware that Congo is part of the East African community now. And you know that before Malaysia and Indonesia, the biggest producer and exporter of palm oil was Congo. If Congo finds peace, where are you going to sell your palm oil? Yes. I want you, the farmers, to know. If there is peace in Congo, where are you going to sell your palm oil? And it will be allowed to sell it here. Chairman, am I speaking the truth? So, number one, to prevent the sickness, we must inoculate ourselves. How are we inoculating against Congo? Because it will wake up one day. We are making money now. If Congo starts exporting palm oil here, in 1 year you will be kalas, kaput, finish, finito. So how are you going to compete with Congo? This is my question to you. Because Congo will say, Uganda, you're exporting to us. Why are you refusing? Why are you refusing our cooking oil? It is the same with rice. I am a rice miller. I was very big. When Tanzania started selling rice, what happened? Yeah, it's East African community. So, we had to fight for rice. We had to change a lot of things. Now, We can produce rice cheaper than Tanzania. Because there's a lot of sweating. So how are you going to produce cheaper and more efficiently? Like measles, I'm giving you an alert. And I'm giving you the alert because we can actually produce cheaper. But right now, it is not the attention. I have seen this. I'm going from here to visit your factory. I'm going to look around. And I'm going to also make my suggestions. So I was very happy yesterday when I saw those things for chicken. The black flies. Are they called black flies? Black soldier flies. So if you also produce chicken, I am told some farmers are also having some cows that are eating under the grass. If you start producing and then also having cows eating grass and producing milk, maybe then nobody can defeat you. But we must do it now. We must start now when there is nobody threatening the primary source of money, the cooking oil. And there are many other things which I'm going to discuss with your leadership so that we start working on them today. But besides that, he talked about diseases of management. I want to warn you on that one very, very seriously. Not because I'm against, not because I want to dampen your mood today, but because I know that many organizations have collapsed because managers quarrel. And they must quarrel because they are human beings. If you get annoyed, you talk. But how do you resolve the quarrel is the next step. So if there are any quarrels, no problem. But how do you resolve it is the problem. So, when cooperatives, do you have a mechanism of settling? Because also if you don't quarrel, you fall sick. But if you quarrel and treat it, then you feel even better. All of you who are married, you know what I'm talking about. You quarrel with your wife, 2 days later, you're even happier. You know what I'm talking about. But that means that you must get a solution. So the mechanism of settling quarrels. Many companies in Uganda have collapsed because shareholders quarrel, because they think the profit must be there, forgetting that the profits can only be there if they are working together. There is no Uganda, 30% of Uganda companies collapse in the first year. 70% in the second year, they have broken. All the investment has gone. These are the things that I need you to be aware of. So we need Sengas for counseling to solve the problem. But in order to solve this problem better, there are scientific tools. So, I don't know when you last had your diagnostic study. We have to do a diagnostic study when cooperatives. We have to do a diagnostic study to know, even before you get sick, what the problems are before you see them. So we must take you to the X-ray, we must take you to the laboratory, we must check you, so that it is important to alert you that if this continues in 1 year, you are going to get this. If this continues in 6 months, you are going to get this. You cannot only go for treatment, you must also do inoculation. And it is a very serious situation, this matter. Because if it is not addressed early, I am very sorry. You will become like some of these big companies that have collapsed. And many times, not through your fault. When Idi Amin chased away the Indians, did they know? They lost their business. They just were told, you go, mugende, genda. So there are issues that are external that can affect you, and it causes problems. The other problem I was talking about is yesterday I talked about money itching people. Money can confuse your head. And it is a very serious problem. I have seen, I'm now 70 years old. I have seen many of my friends collapse. In my age when we were 20s, some men were so strong that they thought they would finish all the women of the world. But let me ask you, can any of you finish one woman? Can you try to finish one woman? If you can't, how will you finish 2 or 3 or even 10? So your mind overpowers you and it takes you on the wrong side. So this is the problem. Some companies collapse because of that. You think now the whole world is under you. You buy a car, you build a big house, you buy a big boat, you build what? And you think all the women are like that. But you can't even finish one. These are God's things. Don't joke with them. So don't think that that this thing called appetite. But you see, at that age, the boys are suffering from a very good thing called hormones. It is the hormones that make them drunk. They don't know it. They think it is themselves. But it is just hormones. Hormones which are activated by money. How many companies and people have died because of that? Now you have got your 2 acres, 3 acres, 5 acres. You want to die with your wife and leave your children to suffer. You will not even be a member of the cooperatives. And it is not only to men. I also know my sisters. I've had very beautiful sisters. They think they are so beautiful that if you don't tell her in the morning, at lunchtime and evening you are beautiful, she starts to hate you. Because she wants to hear it. You must tell me that I am beautiful. Then she feels nice. But but it is God who gave you the beautiful thing. So why don't you go and pray and thank God to say that you have made me beautiful? So she will leave the man and go to another one because she has even money. So these issues are what General Saleh has asked me to warn you about, because you are now the new people who have made money, and these crops are 20 years old when they die. So you have started, you are going to have money for 20 years old, for 20 more years. How are you going to look after yourself with that money for 20 years? The other issue is you must grow. You have a kiosk you didn't have. Then you have a shop you didn't have. Then you have a supermarket you didn't have. So what next? Do you stop? Even you. Are you going to stop now because you have made some money? Because some years ago you did not have money. So which direction? How fast? And who is the driver of the growth? Is it the crop or is it your character? These are things you have to learn. When you see people in Europe and America who are rich, they call old money. Then there are those who are rich, they are called new money. Like those who win lotteries. Most people who win lotteries die in 3 years because they overdrink the money. But they're happy they have money, but they don't know how to use it. And it is not their fault. But they end up dead. So on that note, I just want to share with you a few things on how you become rich, including this one. you are lucky if your parents are rich and you can inherit money. That way, it's okay. But most times, all of us don't have rich parents, so inheriting money is not there. 2, you may win a lottery, but lotteries are not very many. So it is difficult to guarantee that you will all make money from lottery. From lottery. Number 3, you may discover something, but now it is difficult to discover because the Bazungu also said they discovered you. What are you going to discover? We are only remaining to discover oil, which is too deep down there, and you have no money. So you can't be rich with the discovery. Even the cooking oil from the tree, they are the ones who discovered. So unless you do science, it is difficult now for us to discover. Then also to invent like Bill Gates. You are not going to invent. Okay. You may steal. Okay, fine. I hear some people are even stealing some young plants. But I don't think they can steal that much. And it is easy to get you these days with LCs. And if you're in government, you may embezzle money and steal government money. The only option left for you and me is to work hard and to work well. So let us not deceive ourselves. We have to work hard and work well and live well. Especially at the beginning. How many shirts do you need to be happy? How many dresses? How many trousers? And you cannot wear like my uncle. I had an uncle in those days, long ago, before you were all born. Most of you were born. He wanted to show people he was rich. So he would wear a trouser and he puts the shorts on top. Then he would wear a long-sleeved shirt and put a short-sleeved shirt on top to say that he has many clothes. But I don't think now that is a fashion we can do. So how many clothes do you need, Wajama? Even 3 shirts, 4 trousers is enough until you have got your 10 acres. Even madam with your 4 dresses and skirts, you can wait until the 10 acres grow. Isn't that the case? Yes, you have to be very careful until you have made enough. Then you can buy all the clothes you want. Because those are the things that make us miss. The Kamunyes and all this. Not Kamunye, what are they called? Karina. What are the cars people buy? To show they are rich. Mpekon. I don't know whether they have bought some Mpekon already. Have there some started buying Mpekon? They have bought. Mpekon. You know what that disease is called? That disease is called feel-good factor. The profit is feeling good, but it does not put you money on the account in the bank. It's called the feel-good factor. So don't suffer from feel-good factor at the expense of real investment. Because that Mpekon could have added you another acre or 2. Because it eats fuel, it does what? So these are very critical things. But the critical forward movement is for you to build strength. You have to learn how to build strength. If you see how NRM grew under President Museveni, with the 27 men, he has built strength and he has been able to stay president for over 30 years. So what is the secret of building strength? So that even 50 years old, when you are old, you are very, very strong. That is the issue which we must discuss. And I'm coming back to discuss building strength with you. Not today, but I'm coming again to discuss building strength. Because now you have gone so far, we cannot allow you to die. We don't want things to happen in the negative way. And it is the way that you'll realize that we support you. And even those who are FDC, they are noob, I don't mind. Let them also make money. Are they not Ugandans? Eh? If they are Ugandans, let them make money. I am told that there are some people who don't want to grow palm oil because they say it is for Museveni. Is Museveni going to eat the meat they are eating? Is Museveni going to drink the milk they are eating? Is it Museveni taking his children to school with the money they get? In any case, if they really want to fight Museveni, they should have money. So let them make the money and fight with a full stomach. Can you fight a battle on an empty stomach? So who are these people I had? I really want to meet them. Because for me, I have no problem with fighting you if you are trying to be stupid. Because I know God has never made a stupid person. Is there, my Lord, Sheikh, has there been anybody God made stupid in this world? My pastor, is there any God made stupid? So if he's becoming stupid, that is Satan. We have to talk to them. It is not right. So who is telling people not to make money? Then we start with those. Because they have no right to stop somebody from being happy. So for me, it is a simple matter. We need to come here and fight those people. The other one of building strength is by the management. How strong are you represented in cabinet so that these things don't have to stop? How strong are you with the banks? How strong are you with suppliers of machinery? How strong are you with obtaining seeds? This is the strength which we want you to develop. For us, in Harmony, in OWC, and even with NRM, we forgive people who have fought us. Then they become now strength to us. And we only fight those who are fighting. Immediately they stop fighting us, we stop, we start dialogue, we negotiate for peace. So if there are people who have injured you in the course of your duties, forgive them and we talk peace. I have heard some people say there are some people they don't like. But I think we'll have to work on this. Because yes, General Saleh has come agreeing. But there are others who are also strong. We need to bring them. We need to bring them on board so that there is no confusion. I want everybody in the cabinet to support you. If it was not for the president, some people would have killed your organization. So I want all ministers and members of parliament to support you. I want all the to support you so that you even grow faster. So what does that mean? You are not going to play Kadongo Kamu in the bank. You are not going to play Kadongo Kamu in the cabinet. There are some people who don't like you. Especially from abroad. But if they come here and find you stronger, they will give up and say, let us now be partners. You have got a big market of $400 million you have not filled with the supplying the cooking oil. $400 million a year. In the north, in Lira, they are growing soya and sunflower and shea nut butter. They are like you here. But you are better off because your plant lasts for 20 years. For them, they have to plant every year. But they still don't have enough. You don't have enough. And the two of you are threatened by Congo. Once Congo releases, you are in trouble. Even Lango is in trouble. Even Malaysia is in trouble. Even Indonesia is in trouble. So let us make sure that we are very clear about these things and we resolve the matter. But otherwise, for today, having spoken of the sicknesses, I am very, very happy. And I know you are the ones who made us happy. General Saleh is very happy. And let me tell you, he speaks to the president every day. I am sure he is going to even speak about this today to the president to make sure that he knows that things are working well here. So I want us to agree that we shall work hard like you have done. It is now easier to grow, and we shall continue to solve problems for our children and all Ugandans by giving them a commodity they need, saving foreign exchange, giving employment, teaching others to grow more of this, so that all of us can be in a good state. I like what you have done. It is the first time many of you have made money. Please forgive yourself if you have misused the money. Don't be too hard on yourself. I spoke because I wanted to alert you to the danger. But forgive yourself and start again. Those who are not making enough money from the trees, encourage them to improve. Those of you who have made money, please improve on how to use it so that you grow better. That's all we want, nothing else. So this today handover is a sign of improvement organizationally. It's a sign that the right people handled. Now they're giving it also to the next, who is going to make it grow. And I thank the old team for handling it very well. I thank my friends in government for being with you. And I thank the new team for accepting the responsibility. And I think the spirits of Sese have been very nice to us. If I don't thank them, then I'll be in trouble. So on that note, please, let us enjoy ourselves today. I am going to be here for another 3 hours because I'm told I'm happy because the oxygen is nice. You know, I did not know these things produce more oxygen. And I'm a big man, so I'm even feeling nice. I breathe good, fresh air. So I'm going to be here for another 3 hours cleaning my system before I go to the car smokes of Kampala. Kampala is full of bad air. So let me enjoy with you. And I thank you, and let us have a happy day. Congratulations, and thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. So, thank you so much, Your Excellency, Ambassador. We had wanted to not release you immediately because we still have the small issue of cutting our cake. I'd wanted to invite both boards. Yes. Excellency, sir, I'm still requesting your presence here. Tuzaako okusala cake nga we kugenda mu maaso tugenda kusoma ennyukuta za Sopgco we tuba tusalira S O P G C O. Congratulations, Sopgco. This is all back to us cooperative. You are now mature. Take bagenda kusalasala batugabira bakoze ku keke naye ngenda kusaba abagenyi bano nga tebannatuula nkyabeetaagira ddala unit and block leaders badde musituke chairpersons of units and blocks mugenyi waffe sagala musula buli kaseera I don't our chief guest to be standing all the time. The chairpersons aba units blocks chairpersons bambi mujje eno batukwase pichi zaffe omugenyi omukulu atule omulundi gumu
yadde abalemeddwa bangi yadde bangi nnyo gwe tuli mwabo kiringa bwolaba akalulu ne kagwa kuggwe
music low.
Chairpersons
genda ku buli piki wali waggulu yimirira ku piki buli omu ayimirire ku yiye tusaba oyimirire ku piki chairperson n'owa unity yimirira ku piki weeri tujja kufunayo omugenyi omukulu gwanaawa piki mu butongole ku lwaffe ffenna
we thank you below the war 1981 inilweyo birwa bikelo kuch ilobo war NRM yaikom NRA National Resistance Army meyo no pero dulumoy mulweyo birwa bikelo kuch ilobo war birwa echuneogi kuchamunyiye otugonona leilumuneogi wajaken ojokayo birwa
the motorcycle nkuba yaffe yasse agitegeddeko kati olwaleero Langala Islands, we have plenty of rain, so our soil is a bit muddy. This particular motorcycle is going to be handed over to Madame Naluoza, who is also going to give our vote of appreciation. A vote of appreciation. Hello. We hand over one motorcycle to Madame Narosa of Cycles. Thank you so much. Our chief guest, General, thank you so much. Our beloved RDC. So, Madame Narosa is going to give us a block chairpersons wanebe jukukwase block chairpersons ababloka twale lujja kumalamu Sony. Block persons, Madame Narosa Deborah, Better East is also receiving her motorcycle. Madame Narosa Sadu, and I'm looking at Sumuruzo. Pichi Chair, tweyaziza nnyo emirimu person bajukiza nti pichi nga bwe tuzifuna mujjukire nti waliwo ebipapula ebyokusayininga so tovaawo naye obudde buno tusooke tukuwa empapula ezigikukwatako obudde buno tovaawo na piki zammwe naye tujja sooka tubawo empapula ezibikwatako piki muzirekeewo osooka ofuna empapula ezigikwatako lyoka otambule nayo tebakukwatira eyo. Yes, Better West Kalangala block. Thank you so Better West block. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Your Excellency, Asada, for performing this function very ably. As we all head back to our seats, we are leaving the bus. Get the documentation. Please don't ride it without the documents. cycles are remaining here. We have all the and tuwaba wajjawo piki nga tulina mpapula zaayo. Piki musooke tuzirekewo. Tusooke tukole ku by'empapula. Kuba piki zaffe era tezina we ziraga. Tutuula madamu Naluwooza yalinayo obugambo obutini naye mbadde nsaba abakyali eno ku piki bannaye tuveeyo tufune we tutuula piki tuzipaaki tufune we tutuula piki tuzipaakinge tufune we tutuula oza tukakasi zituusa ate zitambula. Bakama bange tuveeyo byaffe bakama bange tujje twekwasa ebifo byaffe era omukufa abalimi ng'alinayo obugambo bwagenda okwogera naye tusooke tutuule nga bwe mbalinda mutuule bakama bange mba njagala okuyisaawo ka message ka sensasi okuva ew'omukulu Musaazi Judith Adeyo nti waliyo okubalibwa kw'abantu ye census 2024 era nga district y'e Kalangala esaba abantu mwenna okujjumbira okubalibwa okujja okubaawo nga 10 omwezi ogw'okutaano 2024. Ffe ng'ab'e Kalangala twagala nnyo okubalibwa kino okusinga district zonna mu Uganda era nga birwangiddwa Musaazi Judith Adeyo nkyali babange bano abakyali eno bakamba ba muveeyo tutuule tuve ku piki bannaye tusooke tufune empapula zaayo kasitama bazo zitukwasa mu butongole tewakyali kweraliikirira kwonna. Waliwo akagambo akatini omulimi waffe kayagala okwogera. Ndaba nga abasinga tumaze okutuula so madamu Naluwooza obubaka bubadde otuleetedde.
Webale nnyo ssebo Muteesiteesi. Erinnya Naluwooza Maria nga nva mu bbulooka y'e Kayunga. Chairperson wa Bumanji Unity atwala abasinga obungi gwe twagala ennyo nnyo 98 tumwagala nnyo chairman waffe Mr. Diamond Chanchu nze mutwala nange nno ndi w'amaanyi okulaba nga nze nfuga ata anfuga kintu kya bbeeyi. Nze bantumye kwebaza ku lw'abalimi mwenna lino ddoboozi ly'abalimi ensonga lwaki njogedde mu lulimi lwaffe twogerera eyo ku nnimiro buli muntu aveewo nga awulidde okwebaza kwange oba okwebaza kwaffe. Nsookera ddala okutuusa okwebaza eri mukama waffe omugenyi omukulu gwe twayise General Salimu Sale. Muwakanamu nti tabadde wano. Abaddewo nayogera naffe awakanamu. Era wakanyeemu yatakubye engalo. Tumwebazizza obulungi bwatuwadde tubiwulidde ffenna etuli atusibiridde tulyeyanzizza nnyo tulyeyanzeege. Nyongera okwebaza His Excellency Ambassador Filipo abadde wano luno olunaku lwakubiri Neggulo twabadde naye nga yejoyinga environment yaffe neyeeno ate akyali naffe nga bw'atugambye ate ajja kudda. Tweyanziza nnyo ssebo, tweyanzeege. Era nyongera okwebaza n'ebigambo ebirungi by'otuwadde era by'otubuuliridde. Tugenda bikwata tubiteeke mu nkola ssebo, tetujja kukuswaza. Nyongera okwebaza RDC, Kaawo, Chairman LC5, abakulu b'eddiini, bannange mwenna buli omu mu kiti kye, abakulembeze mwenna abali wano, buli omu mu kiti kye. Mwebale nnyo, mwebale ddala kujja ku mukolo guno. Kuba guno omukolo gwa byafaayo. Nze kulanga ngulabanga oba independent, Uganda bwe yali eva mu bazungu ng'eddawa, ng'edda eno ewaffe. Era ndowooza tujja kukikolanga tukijjukiranga. Buli omu agenda akawandiike mu ddayale ye. Guno omukolo gwa byafaayo, eno independent yaffe. Nyongera okwebaza gavumenti ya Uganda okusingira ddala His Excellency President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni eyatuleetera pulojekiti eno. Bannange singa teyagireeta singa tuli baavu bazibu. Singa tuli baavu kuba ennyanja yo tetujja gyeyibaala. Naye kati ow'ekinazi yakwatiridde kalangala. Omukozi esente azijja ku wa kinazi, ow'edduuka wa kinazi, ow'ebbaala wa kinazi, owaki wa kinazi. Mwebale nnyo, mwebalire ddala. Gavumenti yaffe yeebale nnyo, yeebalire ddala. Nyongera okutuusa okwebaza boodi yaffe eya trust okusingira ddala chairman wa trust alwanye omuzizingirire okulaba nga tutuuka ku kino na byonna byatukoledde okuva emabega. Yeebale nnyo, yeebalire ddala Mr. Chanchu Diamond. Nyongera okwebaza yaffe eya Sopgco. Beebale nnyo bammemba baffe okutukiikirira obulungi. Indo tetwagala kintu kyaffe kigwe. Twagala ekintu mu kitambuze bulungi era kibeere nga weekiri. Nyongera okwebaza abakozi baffe, basitafusi baffe abatukolera wano emirimu gyaffe nga bakulembeddwamu naddala maneja. Tusaba mutusonyiwe. Abalimi oluma tuveeyo mu nnimiro nga tukooye ne tubatuukiramu ne tubavuma, mudde ssente zaffe, mukoze biki, lwaki tompa bigimusa, oyagala bitwala mu nnimiro yo. Kwegamba tusaba bannange mutusonyiwe ebigambo ebyo byonna. Naddala maneja tukutawaanya nnyo ne bw'oba oli mulwadde tukukubira amasimu. Tusaba otusonyiwe naye gwe otwagale bwagazi era otukolere emirimu emirungi. N'abakozi bwemu. Nyongera okwebaliza ddala abalimi. Kubanga singa temwakkiriza kulima, olowooza bino byandibaddewo? Lwaki temwekubira mu ngalo mwe mukoze kina imi? Singa temubaddeewo tebyandibaddewo bino. Ate twandibadde wano tunonawo ki nga tewaliiwo kinazi nga mwagaano kirima nga pulojekiti bwe bagireeta ne mugisimbira olukono. Naye mwebale nnyo, mwebalire ddala. Nyongera ddala okwebaza ne ssekwebaza. Ebirabo, amakula ge mutuwadde fe ab'obukiiko bakyeyamaani ne bakyapaasoni n'abakyala n'abaami. Tugenda kuddayo nga twevuga. Mwebale nnyo, mwebalire ddala. Tweyanziza nnyo ekirowoozo kyaffe ekyo kissa mu nkola. Tweyanziza nnyo ssebo n'omugenyi omukulu Ambassador Philip, weebale kutukwasa birabo byaffe eyo. Nze nja kulabikako ne ku TV nga ntudde ku pikipiki nga gwe nkwasa pikipiki ekisimuluzo. Weebale nnyo, weebalire ddala. Kunzika omukolo guno era atazze agusubiddwa era nga bwe mbagambye keno independence yaffe era nze nsabira ddala ekintu tukikwate tukinyweze kireme kusereba. Mwebale nnyo, mwebalire ddala. Nziramu amannya, erinnya simanya kabaka yaba nago, erinnya Naluwoza Maria, abamanya ennyo obulungi, nze akulira Kayunga unit, Bumanji unity, nga nze ntwala mukulu chairman Kyanchu. Era abamanya obulungi ennyo, nze ndi muganda w'abaazirwanako abaleeta emirembe mu buyinza. Sserwanga lwanga, nze mwannyina nali muddako gwa kusatu. Semumaza semufaaza. Era nze wendi eggwanga nkyalitambuza. Tweyanziza nnyo, tweyanzeege. Mwebale nnyo bakulu, mwebalire ddala.
Ane webale nnyo Madamu Naluwoza, nange neesiimye okuba omulimisa atwala unit chairperson, atwala chairman. Chairman wa Kopgt Sopgco. Nze mulimisa we. Nange siri mutono munkola mumbeera. Njagala kuyisaawoko oluva wano tugenda kufuna Mr. Chairman aggalewo, then tugenda kumaliza tufune ekyokulya, naye nga waliwo abagenda okufuna lanchi yaabwe nga bagenda gifuna ne general manager, bano bajja balinayo ne ka meeting akatono ku Hotel Boulevard nga bagenda basoma be bajja okukwatagana general manager, ffe tuba tufuna ekyemisana kyaffe wano bo bagende mu meeting eyo entonotono awo ku Boulevard. His Excellency the Ambassador Mr. Idro, Mkulu Kalembe, Madam RDC, the cow, Mr. Anguzu, OHT Washe, Bank Manager we Masaka, Bwana Mkulu Wafe we Bumanji, Commissioner Wakuba, Council Wafe, Lawyer Twikirize, the entire board of Kopgt, okuli Madam Naganda, Mkulu Kizito, Mwami Sechimpi, Mr. Mbareba, Mr. Chancho, Mr. Obo Henry, Mukulu Katerega, Honorable Badda, na ojagobera GM, Chairperson Sopag, Mr. DPO Mukulu Baguma, Madam Lydia, District Community Development Officer, Mr. Rugambwa, then LC5 Chairperson, ne Mayor wa Wakalangala Town Council. Bana abantu bensomye we tunagendera ffe ku kyemisana. Tunagendera ku kyemisana, bana abantu general manager ajja bakulemberamu abayiseeko wali ku mmeeza eriko wali ya displayinga ebya black soldier flies, basooke balabeko awo katono, then abongereyo ku meeting endala gye bayina. Abasigadde ekyemisana kyaffe tugenda kikwatira wano, ng'era tulina serving points 2, era nga njagala kyogera kuba chairman kasita amala okwogera naggalawo meeting sijja kuddamu kwogera. Nga basigadde meeting abasigadde tulina points 2 ze tugenda okufaaliramu ekyokulya, nga bali mu tenti eno gye nsonzeemu gye ntunuddemu, serving point yaffe eri mabega waffe, nga n'aba tenti eri era serving point yammwe eri mabega wammwe. So tujja kugabanya mukobo tutyo tuleme kwekuŋŋanya nnyo mu kifo kimu, tuleme tukwata ku kyobudde. Then piki kino kigenda eri abalimisa nti piki zino ffe nga abalimisa ffe abagenda ozikwasa abakulembeze baffe, kuba chairman asazeewo nti olwaleero engeri His Excellency the Ambassador gy'azibakwasizza mulina okugenda nazo. So mugenda kugenda eri abalimisa bammwe muzisayiningire, then ngawe mbagambye nti waliwo empapula ezikwatagana ku picha ezo ekyo tujja kukwatagana nga ffe nammwe kuba muli balimi baffe tulabe engeri gye munajja mukoleki mwalize ekyempapula naye ng'olwaleero kimanyi temwavuddeeyo nga mwabagambye dda mukomawo mukola ki mwevuga ate kijja kulabika bulala ng'ate mugamba baatugambye tukomewo ate olulala so kwatagana n'omulimisaawo gw'oba oli chairperson wa block oba oli chairperson wa unit kwatagana n'omulimisaawo olabe nti pikiyo ovaawo nayo ekyo nga nkiyisizaawo bapatna baffe aba Sopag enkya balina nawo AGM yaabwe nga bwe tukwatagana bwojjukira wano mu speech ya chairperson bagambye sente ze tutadde mu Sopag so ffe ne Sopag tuli kitole era nga tukwatagana so nga enkya balina AGM yaabwe era ng'eri wano bammemba bonna muyitibwa ne bammemba byombanyi abasigaddeyo era nabo mubagambeko basobole okujja kadde kano njagala kuyita chairman board aggalewo era ng'okumaliriza wano kasa tumala okulya nga tulaba abalimisa baffe ku nsonga ya babitegeddeko ebyo era n'abakulembeze ku nsonga ya piki tweyanzizza nnyo
wabale nnyo MC mbasabire nabo olowooza tutuuseeko nkomerero ya program naye ga sinaba kwogalawo chairman LC5 just uje obuuze ambassador buuze ne balimi just kubuuza luvannyuma ompengale
neyanziza nnyo chairman olw'okungabanyizaako akadakiika kamu otegedde nti gavana aba mukulu mu kitundu kye ssebo omugenyi waffe omukulu Your Excellency the Ambassador abalimi mwena ab'ebinazi ala bassebo ne banyabo abali wano okusookera ddala njagala kubeebaza olw'okwenyigira mu mulimu guno ate ne mugutambuza bulungi era njagala kwebaza obukulembeze obwa chairman ampadde omuzindaalo okulabirira obulungi abakozi baffe ne batambuza gye tuyita Kopgt ebaddeyo ate era ne batutuusa ku level ejja ku Kopgt yatuyingiza omulimu guno ne batutuuza mu cooperative bengi manyi babyogedde nga siriiwo naye omulimu ogwandeese ku kwebaza ambasada katini ssebo mukama waffe tweyanziza kujja n'okiikirira General Salimu Sale ate tweyanza ebigambo ebirungi by'otuwadde nze nzikiririza nnyo mu kuyiga nga waliwo abantu aboogera waakiri ne bw'okwata statement emu ogambye abalimi nti bw'oba obadde ssente wazikozesa bubi teweenenya era njagala basaba ab'emikwano bw'oba ssente wazirya bubi mu ntandikwa nga wagenda ng'ogamba nti zino tulina enjogera yaffe egamba guno mwera enkota togitutte n'omwera tugukozese tusobole okutambula nga tuinvestinga mu ebyo ebinaatusasula tuve mu kwonoona kugula mpenkoni n'ebifaanana ng'ebyo ssebo tukwebaza nnyo webale nnyo webalidde era tukwagala kwaniriza ng'oggyeko ebinazi osobola okujja n'olima naawe sayidi eri tugenda kuyingira binazi jangu olime ate Kalangala eno disitulikiti ya byabulambuzi tukyabulamu nnyo tubaaniriza mwenna mujje munammwe mulembeke ku kyobulambuzi ekiri mu ggwanga muno mwebale nnyo mwebalire ddala ssebo neyanziza chairman neyanzeeke
wabale nnyo chairman LC5 mugenyi mukulu bwaffe mwategeera bulungi General Salim Saleh abadde wano Kalangala n'ayogera nammwe ebigambo birungi nnyo njagala Ambassador Idro you are highly welcome come back ono musomesa yatusomesa gatuli gulu gatugenze kulaba afande yatusomesa ebigambo birungi nnyo kati kirungi agamba tagenda kudda mugenda kuganyirwamu nnyo ku ambassador yeno wolaba So abagenyi bakulu bonna ababadde wano kyona nkulaba entebe kiwala nnyo ne kalangala naye entambula kikyangu tosobola kutambula ku mazzi so ogenda kulaba kwegamba distance singa ne ggulu balimi bonna abasobola kujja wano olowooza muganyiddwamu nnyo sesanga oli awo badde nsubira Robinson kubeera yaawo n'abalala so mwebale nnyo eggulu nabagambe kigambo kimu ati mukule kuva wova kati njagala otandike kuyogeraga mugagga mwenna muyogere gabagagga saagala enyogera ya ggulo muyagala kukekkeriza nekyogenda kulya ebyo embeera yabakopi so saagala muddemu embeera yo so ba board members ya Sopgco lwaleero mugenda kukwata bino nammwe lulimi yemu lulimi yabagagga Kopgt board bagenda kubeeraga abasupervising laba enso omanyiso zinyuma nnyo yani olaba ensobe fetu bali bakugo bali mwe mutu monitoring naye kati bintu yashuuse tojja kulondoola okoze otya obye wano yonna batuzilabayo yani twafuna experience luli engere bali babbamu tojja kubalaba so tewali kubasane zaffe tukole ga team tukole ki tugagabaze organization babagambye already ffe tusinga mu Uganda yonna cooperative society tewali singa so mwebale nnyo basabona banyabo gigwati yokya obuddeyo basabona banyabo obudde gabutuuse mutuuke bulungi waka bakyala bamwe n'abaana bandabire ate mubagambe ati tuli bw'amaanyi nnyo for God and my country. National anthem.
Muyimirire tuyimbe enyimba zombi. Okuvedane de ryo